did you summon me? Hello, everybody. Oh my, yeah, it's a shame we canceled stream today. Stream's canceled today. I'm sorry. I'll see you guys all tomorrow. We're playing Apparatus. Silent Hill tomorrow. Jesus Christ. Thank you so much for the super chat. Hey, look. Hey, look, the redeems are the fucking super, what the fuck is that called? Hello? Oh my god. My brain is, I fought a printer today, and I lost. I lost my battle so miserably. Don't even get me fucking started, chat. Don't even get me started on my printer woes today. I think I've lost a solid 6 months off my life, if not more, just fighting this printer today. Ugh. Yeah, the TTS is working today. Yeah, that's the one. Thank you. Jesus Christ. So my, forgive me, my brain is slow today because all I did today was fight a printer. Did you try cursing at it? I should have. I did pound my fist on the floor. You know, I cried a little bit. That probably really scared the printer. So, you know, it probably worked. Should have picked a fight with an object that's smarter than you. You're right. Or shouldn't have. You know what? I actually don't think the printer's smarter than me. I think the printer is so unbelievably stupid that if you try to, like, use human thought for a printer, it's like trying to talk to a wall. You can't fight with the printer. So today, we're gonna be discussing Apparatus. Unfortunately, without all the cool stuff that I was hoping to make today, but I still have some things to show off. I have been playing Apparatus off stream for a solid 15 hours. I managed to squeeze an extra 15 hours of gameplay in, and you'll figure out why pretty soon. But I've been having a wonderful time. I've been doing a ton of theory crafting, and honestly, I'm hoping at some point that I can make something more than just a stream out of this. So keep your eyes peeled. That's gonna be a lot of work though, and I'm kind of scared to try and undertake something that large, but well, we'll see if I can get to that point. But I have a lot of things to talk about with Apparatus, because boy howdy have I been thinking about this. We're gonna make one of those CD cases from the trailer. I have every single file I need to make a CD trailer. Or the CD case. I have the game box. I have the manual. I have the CD print. Don't even get me started on the CD sticker. That's what's been killing me all day. I have the game box, the manual. I have the CD sticker. I have the insert that goes into the CD case itself. I have CDs. I have the jewel cases. I cannot get the printer to work. I cannot get the printer to work. Casually drops an extra 15 hours into a game in a week. Couldn't be me. Yeah, I found out so much about Apparatus recently. And, oh. When I say that this game has literally changed my life, that's not hyperbole. I mean it very, very literally. Because what Apparatus has done to my psyche is irreparable damage. It's probably a good change, you know? Like, it's made me realize, for one, I actually really enjoy games that fight you, hence why we were playing Pathologic 3 yesterday, because that game fucking hates you, dude. Apparatus also feels very strongly about its player, so that's great. I also really like ARGs, but the big thing too is I just learned how to approach games like this, and it's been good. It reminds me of the old PS1 games. Yeah, that's what Apparatus just kind of changed my philosophy on gaming. So would you say you figured out all the Latin words and why they're there? Yes, that's actually very simple. The Latin, the only thing I can't explain the Latin is why it's Latin, because it could literally be any language. There may be some importance to Latin, although I will say I realized, I don't know why it took me so long to realize, but the game Apparatus Exanimus, that's Latin too, baby. The game name is in fucking Latin. And so, that, probably because it's supposed to be a dead game. I like that theory, actually. I really like that theory. The reason why it uses a dead language is because it's a dead game. That actually makes perfect sense. I like that. I'll need to write that down. But yeah, there's There's a lot about Apparatus. I've been thinking a lot about the characters, the gameplay itself, the endings. You only realize that Apparatus Exanimus is Latin now? Not now. Like, I realized it a few weeks ago, but I should have realized it, like, from the beginning, you know? Because it has, like, the US ending, which is the masculine ending. Although, I was doing some research into it. It's kind of weird. Because apparo, or apparo, I think it is, which is the verb that apparatus stems from, is a verb. So, the actual meaning of the game name still kind of escapes me. I think I'm really close to figuring it out, but it's the way that the words interact with each other. Did you ever solve the camera mystery? The camera mystery? What was the camera mystery? I'm trying to remember. I did encounter some bugs, which was very funny, that 𝖉𝖊𝖊 didn't know about, so that was amusing. I'll show you guys some of those. I have my save file. You guys will be very proud to know I haven't hit 200 deaths yet. However, I did hit 179. Like I said, I played for an extra 15 hours. And we'll get to why, but if you guys want to do some tarot reading, feel free to join in for some tarot reading today. It should be on. Oh, is it not on? Oh my god, I forgot to turn it on. I swear I turned that on. My god, thank you. I'll win an award sometime. Yeah, I know, me. I'm so good. I'm so good. That was my bad. 179 Hello Kitty thongs! Oh my god, I did die an extra 50 plus times off stream. I'll say out of the 179 deaths that I had in game, probably a good 50 of them were like, I either died intentionally because I wanted to get back to my save before, or I died because, actually, was there another reason? Would there be another reason why I died? Well, obviously there's like all the accidental deaths, and there was a lot of accidental deaths. Fun fact, by the way, for any of you who are wondering, Apparatus Exanimus is fucking amazing on a Steam Deck. That game runs incredibly on a Steam Deck. I might even argue that Apparatus Exanimus is a better experience on the Steam Deck than it is on PC, which I almost feel like kind of removes some of the intentional, like, clunkiness of the game. But, yeah, you did some independent research last night? What kind of research were you doing last night, Retro? I'm stopping that joke right now, Retro. I know you guys think it's funny. It's not funny to me. I really don't want to compare the pen to a womb tattoo. It was never a womb tattoo. My artist who worked on it worked really hard, and it was never intended to be a womb tattoo. So please, stop with the womb tattoo. If somebody brings up a womb tattoo, I will ban you. I'm not even joking anymore. I will ban you. Stop with the womb tattoo. This is my one boundary I'm setting. But, yeah, Apparatus has been absolutely consuming my mind lately. It's been so fucking amazing. I love this game. Ugh. But yeah, you guys want to see all the problems I was having today? I had so many problems with the print today. Okay, so I was trying so hard to get stuff ready for stream today, but I ran into a couple snags. The first snag that I ran into, I ordered the wrong paper. I was really frustrated about that last night when I realized that I ordered the wrong paper, because to make a manual, you need glossy on both front and back of the sheet of paper. The glossy paper that I bought was only glossy on one side. So that really sucked. So I didn't have the proper paper for the manual, which probably would have been one of the easiest things to print. So you would think. Right? You would think that the manual would be easy to print. No! What is this shit? Bless you, 𝖉𝖊𝖊. 𝖉𝖊𝖊 gave me a very, very nice handwritten README file on how to do this with my printer. Unfortunately, I have an Epson printer, and apparently Epson is a special little snowflake and has to do everything their own way. So this is a full sheet of paper, by the way. This was supposed to be the manual. Clearly something messed up, so I printed it again. And I was like, okay, let's try this time. Well, that's not quite right, is it? It's still a little too small. It's closer though. Like, at least the print quality seems better, and that's pretty good. But, and we have the controls on the back, so it's supposed to be a double-sided print, because it's like it's a booklet, so it's supposed to be front and back. Okay, so I figured it out. I realized I was supposed to be printing this just as a regular sheet of paper. So here we go. It looks jank. This is on regular paper. And so I was like, okay, this is great, right? Print it this side. Wait, is this the wrong one? No, this is right. So I printed this side. Looks great, right? You flip it over. It's upside down. And this was a bitch to fix. Because in the PDF, one of them is flipped and the other one isn't. And so eventually I figured it out. I figured out the print settings on the manual. Eventually. But this is still paper. This is not the glossy paper it's supposed to be. So, you know, that's another fight. And then for some reason I printed this twice, actually. Printed this twice backwards because I think one of them was the wrong quality. Yeah. So that was my first printing fiasco. So I have a paper manual now, which works fine. I could probably cut this up and turn it into a little manual. But, you know, it's paper. It's not the right thing, but it works. Also, there's some interesting secrets in this manual, by the way, which we will talk about. The fun fact about all of this stuff, even though the craft did not end up working out, I still found some interesting things out by making this. Hello, Pissgirl. Hello, Chalfa. And thank you for the lurk, Ben. I appreciate that. Oh my god, your kitten turned off the PC? That's so funny. Still looks good. It does look good. If Figgle sold these, I'd buy them. I'm sure you could ask. That's how I got it. So then I gave up on the manual because this is pretty much the best I could do with what I have at the time. Side note, by the way, I did try to get glossy paper because I only have glossy paper on one side. I tried to get glossy double-sided paper locally. There is no glossy double-sided paper within a 200-mile radius of where I am. And the fastest I can get it shipped to my house is Sunday. So, I'm shit out of luck. So I'm not gonna have anything like this until Sunday at the earliest. So whatever. Manual was a flop. My next endeavor was trying to print the CD label. So I thought I was really cool and really smart. I bought pretty CD print stickers. The problem is my printer let me show you. So I did some test prints. I bought these CD print labels, so I had to get them to the right side. Or right size, I should say. And so I tested the first one. This one was too small. After every other one I tested, though, I didn't cut out. But I could just tell that they weren't the right size. Print quality looks pretty good, though. You know, it's regular paper. I have these on glossy paper. They're meant to be on glossy. This one was still too small. And then I finally got one that's the right size. Okay, great. So I got the right size. Problem is, I need them to print on these labels, right? So I got these glossy labels. The problem with this, it is way off center. And I fought with this. And fought with this. And fought with this. and fought with this and fought with this until my printer literally gave out. And so my printer clogged itself. So now I just have to deal with that. I'm in the process of trying to declog my printer. I think I'm really close to getting them centered properly. The problem is this print label. It comes from a company called 𝖉𝖊𝖓. And they have a direct, like, template. This is downloaded from a template from 𝖉𝖊𝖓.com. And it didn't work. At first I realized, oh, I'm supposed to do stretch to size. It's not supposed to be fit to size. Because if you set it to fit to size, then it will be, like, way too small. Like, it was doing 97% size for some reason. I don't know why the fuck. And it's the default setting, too. Why would it be stretched or fit? Would be the default size if you're trying to follow a template. I don't know. I don't know. So I fought with that. That was what I was fighting with for the last, like... What time did I wake up this morning? Like 6 hours. I've been fighting with my printer for like 6 hours trying to get these prints right. And I never did. I didn't even get to the box. Because the box as well, I bought the wrong kind of cardstock. So, glossy cardstock. Also impossible to find locally. So I had to buy those. Been up since 8 a.m. 8 a.m. I guess it was probably closer to 4 hours because I made myself some coffee and stuff this morning. But yeah, it was a struggle. I have been fighting and fighting and fighting today. But there is one silver lining. The one silver lining is 𝖉𝖊𝖓 recommended I buy some glue tape. So I did. And look at these adorable little dispensers. Aren't they cute? I love them. They're very cute. Little glue tape. Apparently glue tape is a British thing though. We call these in America double-sided tape. This is just double-sided tape. But because I looked up glue tape, I got these cute little dispensers. So there we go. For whenever I get the right cardstock, I will be able to use it. But anyways, that's my rant over. You seem to be managing at least. I am barely. Today has been a struggle, but you know, I will do the best that I can to find it. Also, I do appreciate the apology. All right, but that's enough of my rant about my struggles with my printer. Thank you for the head pats. I will figure it out eventually after the printer decides to declog itself. I think I have it finally lined up so it should print properly. It's just getting the colors right at this time because for some reason the yellow clogged, so it just broke. You didn't use up too much of your materials, I hope. So the CD labels are $20 a pop. I used 8 out of the 10 that I bought. So if I don't get it right in the next two tries, I'll have to buy more. I spent, and then all the materials that I bought, when I realized that they were the wrong material, it was only after I opened them all up. So I can't return them now. So, because the cardstock that I bought was glitter. It was glittery. It wasn't glossy. It was glittery. I don't know how I messed that up. Don't order things at 2 a.m., I guess. That's my advice for you all. But yeah, that's what my struggle has been today. So, we're gonna chill and we're gonna relax with some apparatus. I have a lot of theory crafting that I want to do today. So we'll be doing that. And hopefully I will get some time to make the full thing in the future. Honestly, a lot of this stuff is really glossy, which is kind of hard to get on camera anyways, so maybe at one point in time I'll make it off stream and I'll show it off on stream. But anyways, that's how my day's been. I hope you guys have had better days. You guys want to do some tarot reading before we get into some theory crafting? Because I have some things to show. Also, I do have something to tell you guys about the about Apparatus. And thank you so much for the head pads. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I had to reorder a bunch of stuff. I got the double-sided glossy paper. I got the double-sided glossy cardstock. And that's all supposed to be arriving on Sunday. And I also reordered more glossy CD labels. But there are 2 achievements in Apparatus that I will be achieving on stream today. Because I did everything that would require me to be able to do them. Hopefully, fingers crossed, making sure I interpreted everything correctly. So hopefully, we'll be able to reveal something on stream today that I have been wanting to reveal ever since I saw the achievement. But we'll get to that when we get to that. No speed runs. I don't think I'll be able to successfully do a speed run today. But I do have another achievement that I want to show. That I'm very excited. But welcome in, Shiny. Welcome in, Scotty. How are you doing? Sorry, I was mid-rant, so if I miss anybody coming in, I do apologize. How are you guys doing today? I've got all my emotions out. We can yap now. All right. I found an exam I thought I did well on. Actually came out to be around 60%. Oh, Tyler, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Dad just finished work. Yeah, I feel that. I'm not 100%ing it. I haven't 100%ed it. I'm nowhere near 100%ing it. I will be 6 achievements off. Currently, I'm 8 achievements off, but we should be able to at least complete 2. 2 today. You're not alone. I've been there before, too. Exams fucking suck. Also, hello, Raid Hunter. How are you doing? All right, let's get started with some tarot reading, shall we? Bam. All right. Yeah, no, the speedrun achievement, so there are 8 achievements that I'm missing. 6 of them have to do with endings. Each ending has 2 different achievements. One to do it with 0 deaths, and the other one to do it in a specific time limit. Ending B and X have a time limit of 5 minutes, and to get them done without any deaths. Ending A has a time limit of 35 minutes, and to also do without any deaths. Pondering what about to do with my collection of aluminum sheets. Interesting. I don't know. I'm really bad at test taking and even worse at studying. I understand. I wish I had advice. The problem is I was never a good test taker either. I was just really fast. I was almost always the first person done with the test, but that did not mean I did well. Guys who failed his finals by 1 point has to redo everything? Oh no. I'm so sorry. Was it for one class or like every class? Alright, Bluchy. Let's test your fate, shall we? Are you lucky? Are you gonna get sent straight to the Shadow Realm? Also, welcome in, Squeak. How are you doing? Welcome in, everyone. I'm forced to build Dark Magician. You are. I'm forcing you to build Dark Magician. I will live vicariously through you, Scotty, since I am not going to launch Master Duel ever again in my life. Maybe. I feel old because I finished studying everything! Oh, God, Raid Hunter, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Hello, Christopher, how are you? Alright, Bluchy. That is a double! What is your question today? New support in a week plus a free Royal Altar DM? Cool. Someone put me in the ground, please. We'll pull a Daniel Donkovsky. Maybe don't pull a Daniel Donkovsky, actually. God, I'm still reeling from yesterday, too. Daniel literally opening his mouth and putting the barrel in it fucking shocked me. No, don't do that! Don't do that! I would miss you guys. I'll miss you guys too much. Will the next tarot reading be unhinged? That's what you want to ask the tarot deck? Okay, sure. What's the deck say? Well, it's certainly not going to be bringing any good memories, that's for sure. Whatever readings we're going to be doing are surely going to not be very productive. So, will they be unhinged? Probably. Probably. It's really dependent on what chat decides, but at least from my perspective, they're gonna be a little bit kooky. Found out the inspector keeps you from recalling day 3 during the first interrogation. Oh, really? Interesting. I didn't know that. That's actually very interesting. Which I found weird because he also keeps you from traveling to that day too. I thought he did the, he doesn't let you travel to day 2. He lets you go to day 3, but not to day 2. Pathologic. It will be alright. The return by death, not the actual gun thing. Oh, okay, fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, honestly, if there's one thing that I wish we could all have that Daniel Dunkowski has, is a do-over. It's a do-over here. I agree with that. I want my do-over. Clocks were given! Hello, Squeak, how have you been? Good to see you. Alright, though. And thank you for the hydrate. My coffee... I actually put way too much creamer in my coffee today. Oh, well. Hello! Alright, Inferno, let's test your fate, shall we? Are you lucky? Are you gonna get sent straight to the Shadow Realm? Let's see what the dice decide. And that is 2 twos. That's a double. Damn, you're late. You're very late on that one. Not the ovulation tracker for VTubers. That has been driving me crazy. You literally can't do anything on Twitter without everyone talking about the ovulation tracker. It's weird. I don't like it. It feels wrong. And the way people are going about it and attacking people who don't like it is just wrong, too. I wanted a book of clips you. You know what? That's fair. I probably do need to be put face down. If we had do-overs, we could always bring everything to our favor. I wonder if that's a bad thing, actually. The fucking what? Some weirdo on Twitter has decided to use women's tweets to track their menstrual cycles. And they made, for VTubers specifically, and they made an entire website for it. Some VTubers are really into it. Some VTubers are not. And a lot of people are questioning the ethics of it. I personally am not a big fan. But whatever. Honey! Hi! How are you doing? Will the Bachelor achieve immortality or fall victim to the chase? Good question. I don't know. I don't know. Let's see what the deck says, though. But yeah, that's what's been all over Twitter lately. I'm doing okay, just working, a little stressed. Oh, honey, me too. Me too. This has been a crazy fucking week. Absolutely insane. Just brings more attention to parasocial fans. You know, in a way, you're right. You are right. It kind of makes you look twice at some people. Why did Honey appear while we were talking about ovulation? Honey is here for some comfort, so we're here to give Honey comfort. So hi, Honey, I love you so much. I hope you're doing well. I'm so sorry that you're feeling stressed. Because it's your time, you're right, it is your time. All right, though, Inferno, let's see. Will the Bachelor achieve immortality or fall victim to the chase? Well, it's going to be very dependent on the decisions that the Bachelor makes. Because right now, he is stuck between multiple very challenging decisions that if he fails, he will not be able to achieve his goal. So he has to take the right path. So, hopefully, me, who is controlling the Bachelor, will properly take the right path. But, we will see. Don't worry, Retro, don't worry. There were some things that people missed yesterday. Because I talked about it a little bit yesterday. There's just been weird things online. On Twitter, and the VTuber community lately. And just, in general. I'm doing my best. But I've realized, sometimes I'm not very good about saying, things that I don't like. So, I'm gonna be a little bit better about that, because I don't like a lot of this stuff. It makes me uncomfortable. So, there you go. Sonic, thanks so much for the lurk. I appreciate that. I was stressed. I was like, Vixie's doing readies right now. I need this right now, and here we are. Well, welcome. Welcome, welcome. How my friends future be this week? All right, let's see what the deck says. Where are you in the queue? Did you join the queue, Big Deck? Oh, you did. Great. You did. Good, dude. Where was I? Actually lost. Oh, yeah. We did Inferno. And then next we have Sheb. All right, Sheb, what is your question today? will my day be tomorrow? Good question. I hope fantastic. Oh, man, because I was so busy fighting my printer this morning, I didn't even get a chance to do another clip. So I'm gonna have to do some more editing. God, I fucked up so bad by not finishing my editing this weekend. It has caused me way more stress than I thought it would. Don't be like me, chat. Don't put things off for the future. It sucks. Alright though, how will your day be tomorrow? Really good, it looks like. It looks like there will be some very happy things that will happen to you tomorrow. Maybe you'll be inspired to do something very creative. Or just in general, things will feel very nice and abundant. Like, it could be that there's some lucky chance that you get. Maybe you play some really good games and you feel very rewarded. Whatever it may be, it seems like in general, tomorrow's gonna be a really good day for you. So I'm glad to hear that. Hear me out, solo leveling is overhyped. Cool and good looking animation, but the plot seems rather dull to me. I don't know anything about it. I don't know anything about it. Alright, let's see. Tyler would like to test fate. Alright, Tyler, let's test your fate. Are you lucky? Are you gonna get sent straight to the Shadow Realm? Let's see what the dice decide. That is an 8! Oh my goodness, these losing streaks have been crazy lately. Alright, Tyler. Any final words before I send you straight to the Shadow Realm? Because that is exactly where you are going. Thank you for playing. We will see you back in 5 minutes. Farewell for now, Tyler. Your shortfalls this week are fine considering the massive merch drop you had last week. There was a lot. Last week was very busy, and I still can't thank you guys enough for how kind you have been to me. Alright, Squeak would like to test fate. Thank you. Thank you guys. It means a lot. January is always kind of a tough time, but you know what? I do have good news. Because next week is the first week of February. And you know what February means, chat? Valentine's Day outfit, maybe? Alright, Squeak, let's test your fate. That is a 7! That is not a double or a 6. So you know what that means for you, Squeak? You are gonna be sent straight to the Shadow Realm. Thank you for playing. We'll see you back in 5 minutes. Farewell for now. Yes. You know what? Deserved. Hi, Futaba. How are you doing? You've been kind for us? What? Not. Well, thank you. Yes, we have amazing artists for this stream, don't we? We have Sheb, Tritaku, all the wonderful artists that worked on the merch. What did I say maybe to? I don't remember now. Dark Magician! Alright, Obsidian. Let's test your fate. Let's see. Are you gonna break your streak? Or is it another one of those days? Let's see what the dice decide. I'm not gonna blow on them this time. I realized I was mistake yesterday. Not this time. But you know what? It didn't make a difference. Wow. The amount of luck that you've been having. I almost feel like this is very lucky. Look at this. You were literally one space away from a double. That's crazy. That is so crazy. I don't know what to say. Other than I'm sorry. Fate does just not have you on the side today. Alright. I will see you back in 5 minutes. Farewell for now. I keep pressing the wrong button. At least the numbers match the day I'm currently on. Oh, yeah. Alright. Farewell for now. Okay. Pluto would like a tarot reading. It's one of those days where I don't want to wake up. Everything is fucked. God. Yeah, I kind of felt like that all week, honestly. It's like every single time I open... This is how I've been lately. Every single time I open up Twitter, it's like... Everything is on fire. Everything is going wrong. There is nothing good going on. And by the way, nobody gets privacy. Because don't even get me started on the TikTok changes. We haven't even talked about the TikTok changes. God. It's insane. I don't even know what to do anymore. With the whole TikTok thing. All the privacy settings are just, it's bad. It's bad. Am I making 𝖉𝖊𝖊 more uncomfortable than I want to lately? You can change something ovulating and TikTok censorship. You want what? Western CEOs try not to fuck up everything challenge impossible. CEOs try not to fuck up everything challenge impossible. I swear, I don't think I've seen a CEO make a good decision in a very long time. Corporations. So anyways, let's see what the deck says. Well, I definitely think there's something going wrong. So, right now, you're kind of in a point of, I want to be funny, but I also don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. But you're kind of blinding yourself to actually thinking about what each outcome will have. And a lot of this, like, indecisiveness, this, like, unsureness, a lot of this can be cleared up by just using your words. So, if you're not sure, ask. It's really the easiest thing to do. You know, communication is the key to any kind of relationship. So if you're not sure, you just need to ask. Hopefully that makes sense. If you need me to clarify, let me know. Have you seen the most recent lawsuit against Steam? No. What did Steam do now? Apparently you're illegal to be too good. According to Karens? What? What's happening with Steam? I mean, I heard people were really mad about the AI licensing thing, but I think people were misunderstanding that one. I didn't hear anything else, though. Also, welcome in Cradleo, welcome in Naughty. How are you all doing today? Oh, my goodness. They're taking 30% and they're being sued because that is a lot. It's 100% in the UK, isn't it? Wait, what about the UK? 30%? That's not that much, actually. Maybe, I mean, to be fair, I've never been a game dev, but I feel like that's really why they're being sued. The UK government fined Steam with £900,000 for what? I got timed out while I was in an ad. Shame. Damn. I didn't know anything about that. Also, welcome in, Winslow. How are you doing today? All right, where was I? All right, Big Deck, what was your question again? Busy, me too. I feel you. I feel you so much. And they're too good for the competition. Oh, is this the same fucking bullshit all over again? Is this the, oh, Steam is a monopoly thing? Steam is not a monopoly. I don't know how many times I have to say it. Steam is not a monopoly. If it was a monopoly, Epic Game Stores would not exist. If it was a monopoly, GOG would not exist. If it was a monopoly, the EA Game Store would not exist. They exist. They just keep shooting themselves in the fucking foot. They don't know what they're doing. Oh my god. Price is too low in an unfair way? Oh my god. That's so stupid. 𝖉𝖊𝖊, Monday was the first day they haven't done overtime when it was offered. All month I've worked only 6-day weeks. What do you mean only 6-day weeks? That's crazy. That is so much overtime. I hope you're getting paid well for it. I think the question, what stream is not being sued? Because Steam does the minimum and it's not. Exactly. That's the thing, right? It drives me crazy. Something about DLCs that can't be bought everywhere else. Is that Steam's fault or is that game developers' fault? I don't know. To be fair, I can't have a super strong opinion about this because I am not fully informed. I would have to do more research on myself before I can form a direct opinion. But I still think a lot of it is probably misguided. 10s most days and an 8 on Sundays. While on the East Coast I'm working West Coast hours, it's getting to be a lot, but I'm getting paid. I hope, as long as you're being compensated well, I guess. Literally a stupid thing. Okay. What is this about TikTok? TikTok has been acquired by an American company, and they've decided to change, like, all of their privacy settings to be even worse than when it was a Chinese company. I'm not salaried to get time and a half. That's good, at least. Watch out, they're cry because Steam could potentially be banned in the UK. Steam has monopoly. How else can they sell games for so cheap on time time to time without major competition. I don't know. Every other story does such a poor job competing without pissing people off. Oh my god. Did you know that Vixie's blowing clip is the second most viewed clip? Is it actually? That's funny. Yes, I did. So sorry, Big Deck. I'm so sorry. I can scroll down for it. I got yappy. How will my friend's future be this week? Good question. Let's see what the deck says. Depends on the point of view. Developing a game costs a lot these days. My best friend forever is a game developer modder, but for now he has another job and he explained to me how a game and expensive. Oh yeah, game development is not easy. I view game development very similarly to content creation, where like, sometimes you can put in everything. You can put your whole heart into it. You can try super hard, put money into it, time, effort. But if you can't get, the biggest thing is marketing. Marketing is super important. If you can get marketing, which is really expensive, by the way, a lot of the times it just doesn't end up working out. Same thing, you do constant sales, for fuck's sake, make us a decent deal for game developers and don't make everything subscription. Oh god, don't even get me started on subscriptions. Alright, before I get so distracted, Big Deck, let's see, how's your friend's future this week going to be? Hopefully good. I don't know what's been up with your friend, but... Alright, so... It seems like your friend might be going through a lot right now. Potentially they've been overwhelmed, or they've had a lot of things on their plate lately and have been kind of struggling to figure out what to do with all of it. So I think for them, the best case, or the best scenario that they can do is to just take a break and walk away from whatever's troubling them. It could be work, it could be friendships, it could be family, whatever it might be. Right now, they need some time to themselves, and they might even potentially need some help separating themselves, because right now they have a lot on their plate, a lot going on, and so they need to have some time for themselves and have some time to really figure out what they want out of the situation, what they want out of life. Hopefully that makes sense. If you need me to clarify, let me know. Yeah, I've heard about the censorship. It's crazy. How's the new deck treating you? I haven't had a chance to play with it. I've been so busy. With doing everything else for stream lately. I haven't had a chance to really play with my tarot decks. Took a lot of anime games for stupid reasons. Yeah, there are some things about Steam, and like, Steam is not a perfect company. Valve is not a perfect company, but you do have to realize that the policies of different countries can make certain things very, very challenging to work with. And because of how big Steam is, they have a lot more eyes on them than something like GOG would. Alright, let's see. Am I making the right decisions? Ooh, good question. Let's see what the deck says. Even if you do get marketing, it can backfire. Look at Highguard. They didn't want that spot at the Game Awards, and they were being roasted because of it. Wait, what? Really? I didn't realize they didn't want the spot. That really sucks for them. The game... Let's be honest, though, chat. When was the last time you actually felt like the Game Awards were worth watching? I feel like we've talked about award shows a couple times. I feel like they've just become so worthless. Never. You know what? That's so fair. You're probably right. Highguard was pressured into making that trailer by Jeff because he loved it. They were planning on the game just fully shadow dropping. Oh, maybe 4 years ago? 3 years ago at least? Yeah. Honey is always the right choice. You're right. Honey is always the right choice. All right, let's see, Honey. Are you making the right decisions? What does the deck say? Ooh. Well, I think you're definitely having some troubles, because it might be that the things that you're working on, you're just not putting in the proper effort to get them finished to the quality that you want them to. It could be that you're rushing them, or it could be that you're not focusing enough energy on them. But right now, the projects that you want to get done, you're really struggling. It's also possible that it's not even your own fault, but just that things have been making it harder for you. But we can get a clarifier here. Oh, that's a really important reminder. So it may be that you are struggling to get things done to the quality that you want them done. And it could be that it's something that you're doing to yourself, or it could be outside of your control. But the thing is regardless of what life is throwing your way, you need to remember that you are still a strong person. Everything that you have done and everything that you have lived through and survived up to this point has not been easy. You've been through a lot. And so you need to be kind to yourself. You need to remember that this is not for nothing. Everything that you have done has given you something. You have learned from your experiences. You have tried and tried and tried. And even if things don't seem to be working out, you are still stronger for it. And that's a very important reminder. But maybe there's something else that you need to do to figure out how to get out of this position. And I think that's a good thing. I think for you, if you remind yourself of the strength that you have, and remember that even though you've been through a lot, everything that has led you to this point has made you a better person, I think you will reach a point of breakthrough. You will reach a point of figuring something out. Maybe something will just suddenly become clear to you. All the struggles you've been having, you will find a way out of them. But you first need to remember to be kind to yourself. Hopefully that makes sense. If you need me to clarify anything at all, do let me know. But I know life's been on you a lot today, or been on you a lot lately. But don't let it win. Don't let it win. I'm starting to get a more pessimistic view of college. You know what? That's very fair. That's very fair. Still also pissed that God of War won Music of the Year over Xenoblade 3 like 2 years ago. There are a lot of things that won that should not have won. Oh my god, Suffering! Fumina! What the heck? Thank you so much for the double raid! What the heck? You guys are so sweet. Thank you so much. How are you guys doing? How is Master Duel? I saw you guys were doing some... Oh my god, where the fuck did I go? Where the fuck did I go? But welcome in, Raiders. I'm not here right now. There I am. If you don't know who I am, my name is No Fox Forgiven, but you can call me VTuber. We're currently doing some tarot readings. You're welcome to join it if you like. We will be talking about my current obsession, which is Apparatus Exanimus, very shortly. But if you'd like to join in for some tarot reading first, feel free to join us. But yeah, I'm so sorry, honey. I hopefully feel, or oh, Jesus Christ, words are hard. I hope that things get better for you soon. Oh, you were teaching Yummy. Ooh, how did that go? Also, where the heck am I? Why am I so far over? That was so weird. Camera reset. I'm hoping for the better, but I'm only seeing trouble. I'm so sorry, Tyler. I'm so sorry. Have you spoken to your advisor? I know that's probably something I've asked you a dozen times, but I swear it actually helps more than you think. Evan, if you can't talk to your advisor, talk to your professors. The only reason I survived college, which I almost didn't, there were multiple times I almost dropped out of college. College is really hard for me, so I totally understand where you're coming from. The only thing that kept me in college were my professors. If I had never talked to my professors, I never would have graduated college. As long as you don't let the world make you a worse person, you're on a good path. That's very true. That's very true, too. Alright, back to the tarot reading. Enough of the life advice. Let's get back to the tarot reading. Also, welcome in, David. How you doing? Felix would like to do a tarot reading. What's your question, Felix? You're very welcome, Vixie. I love you, honey. I hope things get better for you. You deserve the world. Please take care of yourself. And I'm so sorry. Majin, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. Hope you're having a great day today. Happy hump day. It's hump day, isn't it? Problem with talking to my advisors is every time I've talked to them, they ask the same question. What would you like me to do about it? If they ask you that question, I would literally tell them, I would like you to help me figure out a situation for this. Or I would like to help you, I would like you to help me figure out a plan to make this better on me. Or maybe you can, if you're having trouble studying, maybe you could ask them for a tutor. Or like point you in the right direction. If your advisors aren't helping you though, maybe it's specifically a class problem and you need to talk to people in the class. Especially either the professor or the TAs as well. I don't disagree with you. Sometimes advisors can be kind of fucked up. I've had problems with advisors in the past. So if the advisors won't help you, go to your professor. Vixie's free to go out on a date on Valentine's. Who should she go on a date with? I don't want to answer this one. Can you ask a different one? I'm going on a Valentine's Day date with all of my wives. I don't feel like asking the tarot deck this question. Okay. But yeah, I've been there. I've had some really shitty advisors in the past. My first advisor that I had for college was for animal science. And the classes I had to take for that degree were so fucked up. Is my week gonna be better? Because it's been a shitty week and a month. Oh no, I hope so. Let's see what the deck says though. Hello Quad Guy, how are you doing today? Welcome in, happy Wednesday. Alright. My problems with class have been internal problems. Anyways, moving on. Internal problems, All of your wives, yes. My very many beautiful wives. Would you, I'm always open to more applications for wives. All the chatters again. Yeah, probably. You're so right. Alright, let's see. Is your week going to be better? Yes, actually. Yes. So, right now, you are at the end of your rope. There is not much more you can give. You have been struggling. You've been grieving both of your loss of self, maybe loss of freedom, and you've been just stuck feeling very, very lost. But the good thing is this is the end. This is the beginning of the end of this feeling for you. You will soon see a break in the clouds. You will soon see hope in the future. It may not come right away, but I do think things will get better for you. I think one thing is, as cliche as it is to say, sometimes trying to find the positives and the negatives that you're experiencing can help how you're feeling in the current moment. But as you are right now, it is going to be over soon. But I can get an extra clarifier just to be sure. So, it is part of what might be making you feel so hard right now, or so bad, it's making things so hard for you right now, I should say, is you have been kind of emotionally drained. You're very tired. Things have been really, really hard for you because everything kind of feels like an emotional attack. It could be that there's a bit of insecurity that you're experiencing right now. So things that wouldn't normally bother you feel more like they hurt than they normally would. And that's a really difficult problem to solve. Insecurity is one of those things where no one solution will make it better. But the only thing I can say is to try and think about things from other people's perspectives, especially if other people are unintentionally hurting your feelings. Taking a step back, slowing down, and thinking about how other people normally treat you versus how you feel like they're treating you now can help you get a little bit more clarity. Hopefully that makes sense. If you need me to clarify it all, I'm happy to do so, but I'm sorry that things have been hard for you. I really do hope they're better. But it seems like there is a break in the clouds. Welcome in, Fable, and welcome back, Ben. How are you both doing? Thank you for the stretch. Thank you for the stretch. And the hydrate. Fumi isn't say so anymore. She turns everyone to a kebab. I love kebabs. Hi. I missed you too. How are you doing? Retro. Retro would like to test fate. Alright, let's see. Are the dice in your favor, or are they gonna send you straight to the Shadow Realm? What do the dice decide for you? Whoa. Hey, it's a 6! Alright, Retro, what is your question? I'll go ahead and shuffle the deck for you. I'm doing good, I promised you I'd show up. I missed you. I missed you too, Fable. I'm so glad to hear you've been doing good. How was the episode that you watched with your grandma? Was it fun? Hi, Wrench! Hello! How are you doing? I wasn't expecting to win. Always expect the unexpected. Now your card will be reversed. But what do you have? What do you have? Don't say 6 in German. What? Sex? Wait, is that 6 in German? Imagine I was just wrong and I just screamed sex for no reason. It was actually a really good surprise cliffhanger. Ooh, those could be fun. Big sack. So true. Did the sus clip to... No, fuck, I forgot. I never got an email about that. I actually never got an email about that. Remind me after stream, because Tangio's kind of a bitch to log into, and there's no, like, notification tab. These applications sometimes don't know what user experience is, even if it slapped them in the face. Unbelievable. You're very welcome, Felix. You're very welcome. I wish you the best. I really do wish you the best. My computer had a glitch. What did I miss? Just some tarot readings. We're just doing some tarot readings. I got hit with a book. How can I push myself to DM people more? Ooh, that's an interesting question. That's a very interesting question. Let's see what the deck says. Oh wait, it was supposed to be reversed. My bad. I almost forgot my own rules. Yeah, well, I think right now your biggest struggle is you are just refusing to be uncomfortable. Because the big thing about making yourself social when you don't want to be social is you have to fight through discomfort. So, fight through the discomfort. Do it because you want to, but also do it even if you don't feel like you want to. It's one of those things where it's like, you know deep down that you should, but it can be hard. So, well, let me get an extra clarifier. Alright, Queen of Wands. Yeah, no. You know what? That's perfect. So, it's hard because you have to push yourself to do something that you wouldn't normally want to do. But, you know the saying, fake it till you make it. Just pretend that you're way more confident than you actually are. I don't normally say this because sometimes I think you have to be careful about how you approach it. But sometimes it's okay to think that you're the shit. It's okay to think that you're actually a really cool person and people would like to talk to you. And honestly, sometimes it's a good thing to think. So, just think about yourself as you're a really cool person and you are the shit and people would want to talk to you. So, why shouldn't you DM them? You should. I'm sure they would love to talk to you. Hopefully that makes sense. If you need me to clarify, let me know. Gonna make a purchase on somebody's merch? I wonder who. Ooh, who could it be? Naruto Yuri on her computer? I've never seen Naruto before in my life. Hello, Random Gamer. How are you doing? Although, Yuri, I'm sure it's somewhere. Ads hit me at a bad time. Dang. You have to rewind, unfortunately. I'm sorry. I actually forgot about the reading I just did. Hello, Coco. How are you doing? Oh, no. I remember now. Let me know when you get out of the ads and I can try and fix it. Could be anyone. Chat, do you know anybody who's done a tarot? Or not tarot. Done a merch drop recently? Could be anyone, really. Yeah, and don't forget, if you haven't already picked up the enamel pen, we are currently at a 15 out of 50 of the pre-orders. We need 50 pre-orders by February 22nd. So if you haven't pre-ordered your pen, make sure to do so, because otherwise it won't get made. So I missed everything after pretending the shit. So it's okay to be confident in yourself, and it's okay to think of yourself as somebody that's actually really cool. People deserve your time. So if you like come about things thinking people want to talk to me versus nobody wants to talk to me, it'll be a lot easier to approach DMing people and reaching out to people. Because sometimes you just need to remind yourself that you are worthy of other people's time. You're back. Okay, hopefully you got that. I didn't realize you were back yet. Yes, if you buy multiple pens, you also do get a sale. I would love to hear something funny. But yeah, be confident and know that people want to actually talk to you. And it'll be much easier to DM them. Alright, let's see. Where were we? Naughty! Let's test your fate. Also, I'm gonna go ahead and close queue. Because I would like to get to some apparatus today. Alright, Naughty. Oh, dropped my dice. Let's test your fate. Are you lucky? Are you gonna get sent straight to the Shadow Realm? Let's see what the dice decide. That is a 3. That is not a double or a 6. So you know what that means for you? You are gonna get sent straight to the Shadow Realm. I'm sorry to say, Naughty, but fate thinks you've been naughty. So we will see you back in 5 minutes. Farewell for now. Salute to the chat. Alright, Lynx, it's your turn. My opponent made my board when I was using branded, and my token was 11,000 attack? Oh my god. So you just beat them up with a big token? That's always the funniest thing. That's always so funny. Alright, Lynx, let's test your fate. That is a 6. Alright, what is your question? I'll go ahead and shuffle the deck for you. Remember to blow on it. Too late. Too late. Big token. We love big tokens. They never have an out for the token. No, they don't, do they? They're like, yeah, I'm gonna nib the board. I'm sure it'll be fine. And then they're like, wait a second. I don't have anything after I nib. Swing with the biggest brick. Yeah, they're like, hey, I know you just did all this. Here's a brick. And then they forget, oh, you can throw it back to them. They tried it using Primite Drill Beam moment. Oh my god. Doesn't that just negate it? That doesn't do anything? That's funny. Are we ever going to do an ASMR Yu-Gi-Oh! Dixie match? Oh my god. Joke's on you, my Culvers is a natural out to the toke. My Culvers deck. I almost thought you just said Culvers. Like your Culvers burger. I mean, you could always take it back. You know what? That's true. Just run one of Change of Heart chat. It's the perfect solution. Alright, are we going to ever have an ASMR Yu-Gi-Oh! Match? Well, if I ever decide to, you know, it's a decision that I get to make, but I have tons of decisions ahead of me, so... I don't know. I can say at the current moment, probably not, but I don't know. Things change. Maybe I'll change my mind at some point in the future, but probably not. Now I want Culvers, fucking damn it. God, I haven't had Culvers in a really long time because of the snow and stuff. All right. Christopher would like a reading. All right, Christopher, what is your question? I'll go ahead and shuffle the deck for you. No Shadow Realm. No Shadow Realm. Thank you for the hot dog. Munch, munch. Can't Drill Beam it because it needs to negate its effects first, then banish it, since the token is a normal monster, it's not a valid target. That's what I thought. Fox, there's this thing called DoorDash. There's this thing called I live nowhere near the Culver's, so even if I DoorDash it, it's still a 20-minute drive, so it would be cold. I don't even do takeout when I go to Culver's because it's a 20-minute drive back to my house. I wish they would build a Culver's close to me. Me too! Me too. Also, DoorDash is fucking expensive. I don't want to pay $40 for something that would normally be like $15. I hate those delivery services, actually. I think they're a complete waste of time. Much love to you, too! I trade the DQ half block away from me for a Culver's. I trade a lot of things for a Culver's. Alright, though, let's see. Will you be lucky next week? Well, it may be a bit of a struggle for you to be lucky. Or, maybe, if you try things a little bit unconventionally, you'll find some luck. It seems like, if you want to be lucky, you have to think about things entirely differently than you normally do. So, perhaps instead of thinking it in terms of, oh, luck will just happen to me, maybe think of it more logically and think about the chance that you have for things to go well for you. So, maybe it's more of a silver lining thing than just expecting things to be lucky. Hopefully that makes sense. Let me know if you need me to clarify. I mean, Walmart has the warm bags to help keep food warm or cold. Yeah, but DoorDash doesn't use those. There's also the chance they forget an item. Yeah, you know what? So true. They do. They do. Or that they steal your food, too. I don't know. I just don't like the delivery services. I tried them a couple times. I've never really been very satisfied with them. And you're very welcome, Christopher. You're very welcome. I got a car. I can drive it. If I want... The thing is, too, you probably... You guys might not realize this about me. I don't eat out very often. I eat out maybe once a month. Maybe twice if I'm feeling especially lazy. So I would always much rather just make food at home. So it actually means a lot that I would bother to drive 20 minutes to get Culver's on my own. It's just better for me because I'm in a bigger city. That's probably true. That's probably true. I've heard some DoorDashers have been using AI to fake successful deliveries. God, AI is so terrible. What the fuck? Yeah, it probably does have to do with the bigger city. Probably does. Yeah, because like the nearest Culver's to me is like 20 minutes away. I hope eating out can be difficult at times. You hope it can be? Alright, Ben, you are our last contestant. I guess you guys are contestants now. Better than victims. Better than victims. Here in Mexico, Uber Eats is still kind of cool and cheap. Girlfriend and me use it if neither feelings like cooking. That's fair. That's fair. In my experience living in the Midwest, DoorDash, Uber Eats, what's the other one? Grubhub. They're all shit. They all are way overpriced. It's you'll order $15 in food and then you have to pay basically $30 because it's there's a shipping fee and then there's a handling fee and then there's tax on top of it all, and it's just ugh. Why would you want eating out to be difficult? I wouldn't. Alright though, Ben. It is time to test your fate. Are you lucky? Are you gonna get sent straight to the Shadow Realm? Let's see what the dice decide. Alright, look! It's Snake Eyes! Alright, that means we get to play a little game. So what is your question, Ben? I'm gonna go ahead and shuffle the deck, and then I will pick one out of the top 3 cards. They did say AI would make our lives better. Yeah! Snake Eyes! Let's go! Let's just say fucking go to Applebee's together and get the Applebee's 2 for 20. Yeah! Let's do that. Let's do that. I'm down for that. Tabaha! Thank you so much for the follow! Welcome in, welcome in. You are now our newest Vulpus. My sympathy for Americans, additional costs are a bitch. They are. God, it is. So bad. Yeah, I just eat at home. Everyone piled in Fox's car. Alright, who gets the hatch? I want a general reading regarding the world building of my current book. Ooh, good question. I've never been to an Applebee's in my life. Me neither. Me neither. I have never been to an Applebee's either. Alright. Let's see. I call shotgun. Alright, just don't white knuckle the what do you call those things? You know the handles on the roof of your car? Don't white knuckle the handles when I drive, okay? You got dibs on the trunk? Good luck. Alright, let's see. General reading regarding the world building of my current book. Well, it looks like you're kind of struggling with ideation right now. So, I guess that makes sense. If you're coming here for advice on world building, maybe you're struggling for ideation. Maybe there just hasn't been anything that's really come to you naturally. Maybe you're having some writer's block. Writer's block always sucks. So, and it could also just be that maybe you've been feeling a little bit tired in general. It's hard to be creative. It's hard to come up with new ideas when you're tired. So, let's get a little extra clarifier. Interesting. Well, there's something wrong with your relationship with your writing right now. It could be that maybe you are thinking of it in a negative way, so it's making it harder for you to be creative. Or maybe you're also just struggling for decision making. You could be struggling to make decisions, so maybe chance is a better thing for you to do in this case. I'll get one more just for a clarifier. Ooh, okay. Well, it seems like no matter the decision you make, you may not end up being satisfied with it all at once. It could be that this is just kind of something that you have to fail at. And that sounds very extreme. But what I mean is sometimes you need to make mistakes to learn. And in this instance, it might actually be that you need to make a mistake and just get something down, and then later on you can go back and fix it. So if you don't have a great idea for the world building, just get something down and maybe try focusing on something else and coming back to it later. So good luck because it's my first still on drafting. Yeah, I totally understand. But I've been enjoying the process, even if messy, and that's good. I think that's the thing about a lot of first-time projects, is they're messy. And, like, you have to accept that they'll be messy. So, maybe just try to get something down, even if you can't come up with something solid for it, because it's always something that you can go back and change later. So, hopefully that makes sense. If you need me to clarify, let me know. But I use it for a tool, but companies are pushing it way too hard to put AI into everything. Yes, they definitely are. They definitely are. The handle on the roof, that's the oh shit handle. So true. So true. Oh my god. We all love the oh shit handle. You're very welcome, Ben. You're very welcome. I wish you the best of luck. I wish you the best of luck. Alright. Are you guys ready to talk about Apparatus? Because I think I'm ready to talk about Apparatus. Let me get a little sip. I immediately just got milk on my keyboard. That's great. Because Good lord. Glad OpenAI is running out of money at least. You know what? Me too. Me too. Okay. I saw AI too, there's even some sites where it's useless, I swear. It's insane to me. They added AI to CapCut, which, by the way, if anyone was wondering why CapCut went up in price, it's because they added AI features to it. It's because they added AI. Because AI is so expensive to run, that's the only way they can afford it, is if they increase the price of the subscription, which is stupid. Who wants to use AI in their editing? Editing is supposed to be creative. Whatever. Anyways, let's talk about some apparatus, shall we? So, first things first, I have something to achieve. There are 2 achievements in Apparatus that I have not gotten to yet. Also, Chicken McFimboy, what a name. Do you come as a double? Welcome in, hope you're doing well today. Thank you so much for the follow. Remember that YouTube had broadcast yourself as their slogan? I do remember that. Obligatory, I wish I was that keyboard. No, you don't. No, you don't. This thing, wow. This keyboard is way dirtier than I realized. I really need to clean this up. Eating a pizza? What kind of pizza? Are you sharing? Alright, hold on. I gotta type before I can speak. Otherwise, I'm going to forget what I'm typing. Tandoori chicken and donair meat, red onion, and pineapple with sweet sauce and dip. What is tandoori chicken and donair meat? Those are new to me. Okay, though. So, there are 2 achievements that I still need to unlock in Apparatus. One of them is what I have been fighting on for the past 15 hours. I played an extra 15 hours of Apparatus off stream. And the reason is because I had to collect every single item in the game. By the way, I think I checked the documents. It's like almost 400 items. I collected almost 400 items. And I fought for a long time trying to find them. I found out some cool stuff about Apparatus, though. There is apparently a trace file that you can open up on your computer, and it will tell you where you've missed items. So, no, these are not timer-based achievements. So, the one achievement that is today, that we're gonna get first thing today, is the collector achievement, which is not to collect everything, because I've already collected everything, but it is to spend all of the currency that I have collected. So I have to go find one of those red orbs and spend it all. Because the final achievement that I'm going to get today is a secret achievement that requires something very specific to be done. And I've done a lot of research on this. Big shout out to the Materiality Digital Discord server. I've been getting a lot of help from other Apparatus fans. Thank you guys, I appreciate you. And I found out that there's a secret achievement called You Found Her. I don't know who she is, but I have some suspicions on who she could be. So, we're gonna go spend all of our currency, which, by the way, I had to collect 84 of them to get them all. And it took me 15 hours to find them all. So, that was pain. But, we're going to figure out what that means. I don't know. It could be Fia. It could be the angel. We're just going to have to figure it out. But to get this achievement, what I have learned is that there is a variable in the trace file called text entries found. And that achievement is impossible to get if you don't do ending B as your final achievement. Because there is a text entry in ending B that is not accessible unless you get to ending B. And to get to ending B, you have to have 0 currency in your bank. So, that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do, is we're gonna go spend all of our currency and find her. Whoever she is. I don't know who it is. I don't know who it is. Alright, though. Let me go ahead and pause the music. And let me get the game launched, because oops, I forgot. Like I said, I've been playing this game a ton on Steam Deck. The game runs really well on the Steam Deck. I never would have guessed. I really never would have guessed. Bum, bum, bum. Aw, dang it. It launched wrong. Sometimes Apparatus doesn't launch correctly the first time. It doesn't like my multi-monitor setup sometimes. Okay, give me just a second. Bum, 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 bum. There we go. That's better. Better. Oh. Are we gonna pull everything up properly? There we go. Nice! Year Street Kit, let's go! Thank you so much, 𝖉𝖊𝖓. I appreciate that so much. I appreciate that so much. Honestly, I'm gonna get this text out of the way because I'm gonna be spoiling chat. If you didn't expect Apparatus Exanimus spoilers today, I'm sorry, we're spoiling. A lot. A lot. Ooh, spicy chicken? Doner kebab. Very tasty. Welcome back. Welcome back. Okay, where is my Apparatus? There's Apparatus. And where's the audio? All right. There's the audio. Okay. So, I have some things to show you guys. First things first. Let me move chat. I am currently sitting at 179 deaths. Woohoo! Call that a world record, baby. Maybe. I don't know. I've died a lot in this game. Worth it, to be honest. The other thing I need to show you is I currently have 84 currency. I don't know what to call these. They look like blood clots. I call them blood clots. That's what I'm going to call them, is blood clots, because they look like blood clots to me. So, the next thing that I have to do is I have to go find a red orb. I'll be honest, I don't know the most efficient one to find, but I know one that I can think of right now. I also learned some things. Blood gems? I can say blood gems. I like that. One thing I have also learned, after having died an additional 61 times off stream, the best way to use the jump is to jump in place. You don't move. You don't move after jumping. You jump in place. Also, I found a very quick way to get an elevator. the best elevator, in my opinion, at least, to get access to is the one in holding, because it's usually, you literally just go up a set of stairs, jump, do one little jump, and then the elevator's right there. So this is the only blood orb I can think of right now. So we're gonna go here. That's the tech I've seen in speedruns. Yeah, it's the easiest thing to do. I've been watching a lot of Apparatus. Actually, it's all the stuff that 𝖉𝖊𝖓 released. So, that's what I've been watching a lot of recently. Because I've been doing this a lot, but yeah, so I'm gonna mess this up probably. But if I just jump... Yeah, see, it's just that easy. I don't have to move around all that much, but I'm really good at messing things up. So, I'm trying to think which direction this is actually. I think it's... So that's the Apparatus. I think... Oh, that goes that way. Okay, I think I need to go through the office area. One thing as well that I have learned, which is very funny, there's a toggle run. I didn't realize there was a toggle run. I have been hurting my pinky finger, holding down the shift button to sprint, which is very funny. Is this where I want to go? I don't think this is where I want to go. It might take me a bit to find where I'm trying to go, because... Oh no, this is where I want to go. Because I need to go to this forest area. This is the only place that I can think of off the top of my head that has one of those red orbs very accessible. But yeah, I've been learning the map a lot better. So that's good. I'm nervous, though. I'm so nervous. I have no idea what I'm going to encounter in this ending. Well, it's not even an ending. It's like, it's an achievement, but it feels very lore, like important to the lore. So we're gonna do that. I know it's somewhere in this forest. I'll stumble upon it eventually. I think it's past the ending X thing. I noticed on the ending X achievement, it has the symbol for those little clock faces. I don't know what to call all these things. I'm gonna come up with names for them all. Because, you know, I actually want to write something about this game. I've been thinking a lot about this game. A lot about how much this game means to me. And, just like the lore of it. Oh, another fun fact. I found the image that's actually projected on this orb. It was shared in the Materiality Digital Discord, which is 𝖍𝖊𝖊𝖓's Discord. This is a really interesting image because if you actually look closely at it, you can see it pretty well. It is this, I guess, some kind of overlook with a bunch of graffiti all over it. I don't know if it has any meanings. But it's cool. It's very cool. Alright, I have been waiting to do this for a very long time. I have exactly 84 blood orbs. Blood gems. Whatever you want to call them. So... yes! So I have fully upgraded! Because now there is no additional blood orbs to be found. I have found everything in this game. I found everything in this game. Fantastic. Now I just don't have to... Now I can't die on my way back. I don't know if there's a save over here. I think to get the save I have to jump across the ledge again. But let me double check. I will say I came across... a couple funny bugs. Wet blood. I'll show you some of the bugs I found. Yeah, lock-in time. Okay. I've been able to do this multiple times. So, hopefully being on stream doesn't make me fumble, because it makes me fumble quite often. I say as I'm literally lost trying to find my way back. I get lost in this forest sometimes. This is probably one of my favorite locations in the game, though. This and the bulwark. Don't worry, you will fumble. Thanks, 𝖉𝖊𝖊𝖓. I knew you believed in me. I did just save before I did the jump. I think this is where I need to go. So hopefully I can make it back. The tree textures are nice. They are really nice. They have this really pretty dithering to them. Okay. It's really funny though. The places that I missed a lot of these orbs were really stupid. There's like the area in the beginning with the train. There's like one underneath the train that I somehow completely missed. There is the maze, which looks like this area of the map. And somehow I just missed an entire area that had 4 of those orbs. There were 4 of them and I missed them all. And that was crazy. Okay, good. I also learned that you can hold the jump button, which kind of helps you line up your jump a little better. Now this one I struggle with sometimes. Yeah, wait. Yeah, I think I died. Yeah, I died. Dang it. I knew that was gonna happen, actually. I should have saved at the other one. I miss that jump sometimes because there's just enough of a gap between the exit and the other thing. We're committing Exanimus again? We are, because I found something out. I think I haven't... Yeah, I have to go do that again. Hold on. Give me a second. This jump here is what always gets me. Wait, was it that? No, I think it was somewhere else. Hold on. Hello, Phantom. How are you doing today? Yeah, we are committing Exanimus today. We were going to be doing a craft, but my printer decided to say screw you, no. So, instead, I was still going to talk about Apparatus today, which is what we're doing. But we're actually finding the last few achievements in the game. The non-speedrun achievements, because I don't think I'm getting the speedrun achievement today. Yeah, I gotta go deposit my balls again. Go soak my balls in the blood orb. But yeah, I've been thinking a lot about the meaning of Apparatus. Because, I went through and I actually collected all of the documents as well. I haven't necessarily organized them, properly, but I have collected them. And there are a lot of things that I had missed. We might go through the process of reading a lot of them today. It depends on time and how long it takes me to get to this. Good lord, I've lost again. But there was some really interesting things that I hadn't actually realized when I first opened up a lot of these, a lot of the documents. Like, all the hidden documents, they all have, they're all connected, of course, and they all have a story. One interesting thing that I learned, which I hadn't realized at the time, but a lot of the text documents come with one of the disappearance files. And in the disappearance files, they would lead to those secret archive files that would have the text directly from 𝖕𝖊𝖊. A lot of those actually mention the people who the disappearance files with by name. So, for example, there's one for Angela Garner. And when you find her disappearance file, in the text document, she's actually called Angie. They talk about how Angie was there with her husband. Or Angie's husband came in to play the game, and he looked very morose. Okay, let me go save before I fuck up that jump again. Arknight's Infield stream win? What is Arknight's Infield? Hello, Elemental, how are you doing today? Oh, wow, I could actually make that jump. Okay, there we go. Tired as per usual, even a shower didn't fix it tired. Glad you're enjoying Apparatus again. Oh, I will always enjoy Apparatus again. A new gacha? Oh, then never. Thank you for the hydrate! Can I make that? I don't think I can make that. I can make that. Drang! Thank you for the hydrate. You guys make sure you're staying hydrated too. But yeah, the disappearance files are definitely really, really interesting. You also build a factory. Why not just play Factorio? That's the game where you build a factory. Got a Red Bull in the freezer? Damn, that sounds good. Ah, this is where I'm looking. Okay. This is the jump I keep messing up. Alright, gotta lock in. I did save closer after having gotten rid of these. I think, really, realistically, making this jump here. Yeah, there we go. Oh, I thought that was too far for a second. There. And there. Why play Satisfactory? Why not play Satisfactory? Great game. Exactly! I love Satisfactory. Because you can build a factory while watching cute anime girls, duh. I'm sure you can mod cute anime girls into Satisfactory. Can I make this? Yeah, no, I can. There we go. Okay. Cool. So. Let me go to holding really quick. Do I need to go holding? Yeah, I want to go to holding really quick. Because I want to get a save in a better spot. Thank you for the Culvers. I already played Factorio. I should give it a try. Satisfactory. Oh, Satisfactory is actually... That's actually the game I was thinking of. Wait, my bad. I was thinking of Factorio. I was thinking of Satisfactory. That's one I played. I actually don't really play those kinds of management games very often. Mod Minecraft when I played 3D factory builders. You know what? That makes sense. The only, like, management sim games that I enjoy are, like, the Tycoon games. So, like, Roller Coaster Tycoon, Zoo Tycoon. I tried Planet Coaster and, like, Planet Zoo, and those games can be fun. But they don't scratch the same itch, if you know what I mean. Welcome back, Fable! You're just in time. We're about to find out a big, big secret. So let me double check. I should have just unlocked the collector achievement. I did. Exciting. Very exciting. Okay. So, the next thing I need to do is I have 0 currency. I need to go to Parvis, I believe. I need to go to the top, to the rooftop. Because since I have 0 currency, theoretically the entrance to ending B should be open. Okay, good. This, I did remember. This is the correct location. Alright. Yes! Okay. It's there. It's there. It's there. So. This is ending B. This is actually the first ending we got. So, let's see what we find within the forest, shall we? Okay. So, we're in the forest. This is the end. But on the back, this is 𝖉𝖊𝖊𝖓's. This is 𝖉𝖊𝖊𝖓's disappearance file. And it says, but what happened to Fia? And I think I know what we have to do. I thought I did. No, this is the... That's for ending X. But there should be something here, I thought. So it is possible that I'm wrong. All I know is that in order to get this achievement, I need to have my text entries equal to 9. And the final text entry is here in ending B. I never noticed how beautiful the music is here. No, wait. We did get it. This was the achievement. Okay. I get it. I get it. So, let me explain. Ending X reveals what the text files are for Apparatus. And what they are is it is a breadcrumb trail to try and find 𝖉𝖊𝖊𝖓's memorial. Because if you've missed some of the story of this game, the overarching story is there was a game, Apparatus, Exanimus, that was made, but during the making of the game, the main artist, 𝖉𝖊𝖊𝖓, disappears. And up to her disappearance, she often talks about speaking to an angel. I don't know a lot about the angel concept, but I do know that at some point, every single other person in the game ends up disappearing. And some of them might have been trying to follow Fia after she disappeared, because the angel is the reason that Fia disappears. Sorry, I'm also still... I'm still kind of absorbing this, this achievement. God, this game gets me so good. It's difficult for me to put into words how this game makes me feel, because it is this feeling of it's both a feeling of closure and lack of closure, if that makes sense. And I find it very satisfying, actually. It seems fourth wall breaking. Oh, there's a lot of fourth wall breaking. There's a lot of fourth wall breaking. Catharsis. I think catharsis could be one. I think catharsis could be one. But yeah. So there are three endings. It's a very interesting game. Give me a moment to collect my thoughts, because the impact of this ending, or the impact of this achievement, is striking me a little bit. I think one of the most fascinating things about this game is, for me at least personally, the impact is in the fact that it is subtle. It is a strong impact because it is not in your face. And it kind of leads you to your own conclusions. And so, I've been thinking a lot about it. What does it mean? Why did these people disappear? What happened to 𝖉𝖊𝖊𝖓? So many questions, and the game doesn't give you any answer to any of them. Because the achievement to get this point in the game with all of the magenta flowers, to find the answer to how to get ending X, because I think I accidentally did a sequence break, because I think what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to find all of the text files before you get to ending B. And so then once you get to ending B, you find 𝖉𝖊 here in her forest, in her quiet space, and she leads you to ending X. And so, because I did a slight sequence break, because I'm special, it seems a little bit confusing, but 𝖉𝖊 leads you to finding her own memorial, actually. Now that I realize it. Who wouldn't have guessed that ending B wouldn't have been the first? No, so that's the thing. It isn't even the fact that I did ending A first. It's the fact that I didn't find everything before I got to ending B. Because ending B is almost the completionist ending. Because to find 𝖉𝖊 here, you have to find all the text entries and have been able to reach here. This game seems cozy. Reminds me of a time in New England, missing people and all. Oh, it's so good. Also, hello, Aki. What did you miss? I beat all of the achievements that I can feasibly beat. I mean, we could attempt some speedrun achievements at some point, but yeah, so the whole thing about this game is it is, at least from my interpretation, God, this game makes me so sad. So, you know what? Maybe it'll be better if I just read some of the entries that led me to the conclusion that I'm trying to get to. Because it's dense. I've almost had 50 hours in this game now, just trying to uncover all the secrets that I can, because something about this story just really strikes me, and the way that it's presented makes it so intriguing and captivating that I just want to find out more. And to be honest, Plutchy, I don't even think the comparison to No Players Online is that accurate. I think, especially after having beaten Apparatus and all of the endings, I think No Players Online, as good as the game ends up failing ultimately in achieving the same emotional impact for me. The game has too many times where it tells you how to feel. I was comparing 𝖉𝖊 to Sarah. No, I didn't think you were trying to compare 𝖉𝖊 to Sarah. I just, like, in general. Maybe someone made a pact with someone to ensure the success of a game by offering it a soul. You know, the thing is, I actually don't think it matters. I don't think the reason or why anyone disappeared actually matters for the meaning of the game. Because I don't think that's the point. And I think that's what makes it so satisfying to me, is because this is not a game that tells you why. It is a game that tells you to think. There are definitely many ways to interpret this. Yeah, I completely agree. I completely agree. So, I've been doing a lot of thinking lately. I actually think that what led to Fia disappearing could be interpreted in many different ways. I think it could be that she... There's one theory that I've considered, and that it was suicide. That maybe it was an intention, because the whole thing is, like, she knows she's going to disappear. It's possible that it's suicide. It could also just be unknown death. Also, welcome in, Violet. How are you doing? I think that's the point, is, like, you can interpret it in many different ways, but ultimately the reason as to why she disappeared doesn't matter, because it's the impact of her disappearance that matters. So, yeah, I don't know. No Players Online has more exposition with its story, especially towards the end, so it doesn't leave you wondering, like, in this game. Yeah, exactly. The game... The chop suey theories when angels deserve to cry. Yeah, so true. So true. But yeah, it is interesting, though. Because I still have so many more questions, obviously. Like, the game doesn't tell you anything. Because last week when we played it, we found out that the original game, because there's another important factor I forgot to mention. There's 2 versions of this game. There is a version that I am playing right now. And then there's a version of the game that existed before Fia disappeared. Because you learn in the documents that 𝖕𝖊𝖓, who is the game designer of the game, and he's the one that gives us the README file that teaches us how to get to ending X. 𝖕𝖊𝖓 changed the game. And he changed the game to be a memorial for Fia. Because if you guys remember, ending X is, it's all it is it's finding a secret location that has 𝖉𝖊𝖓𝖓's date of birth, and then her disappearance date. And then it says, "You are never in the background for us." And to me, that is very moving. The game is so dense. This game is incredibly dense. And there's not enough that I can say to really, like, at least in one thought sequence. Which is why I want to do more on this game in writing. I want to do some, like, really hardcore theory crafting, really think about all the characters and the impacts that they've made. It was a last minute update, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it was. It was a very last minute update. But let me pull up my notes, because there's a lot of things in my notes that I have. So, let me pull them up. And also, if you guys have any questions about it, I'm more than happy to answer whatever I can. Obviously, I don't know everything. I know very little in the grand scheme of things. But I have been thinking a lot about it. So, here's everything that I have collected in Apparatus. I think if I sort these by date, it will be a little bit easier. But I have been collecting a lot, as you can see. I found all of the disappearance files. I found all of the text files. I found all of the video files. I found everything that I could. All the missing messages. Everything. And there is still actually things that I don't know. For example... Oop. this image here, which I don't know if I can make this any bigger. No, not that way. I don't know how to use, I'll be honest, chat, I don't know how to use Excel. I'm not an Excel expert. I don't know how to make this image larger. But if you guys remember, there are these skulls with numbers all over them. I don't know what those mean. I actually don't know what those mean. But... So, oh, let me show you guys something. You'd make a great detective. I have a lot of fun doing it. So, I mentioned... Let me turn the camera back on. There was a secret that I found in the manual. And so go back to my discussion about the game. And, like, the disappearance of everyone. This really only came to me recently, and it might have been more clear to everybody else. But every single person that has worked on the game shows up in the disappearance files. Every single one. And it's actually not in order. Because this is the order of their importance, because 𝖍𝖆𝖙 is like, he's the CEO. And then I think Nora was the CFO. There's, it's in this document here about all of it. But at the bottom of the manual, it says, "In loving memory of 𝖉𝖊𝖊𝖓." Which I always found it very strange. That they put her in the memories, but they didn't actually include her in the credits. I wonder why. Because the whole, like, disappearance thing isn't very well explained, of course. Intentionally so. But one thing that is explained is that you won't be forgotten, but you will be, so it's not like you had never existed, but it's like you just disappear. So, I know that too. I thought it was kind of clear. To be honest, there were so many things happening in the game that I didn't pick up on it right away. So I thought that was important to point out. There's also an important thing here, which is the HTML file, because there's a support link, which I think I had found this at some point. But this kind of describes the ending of the game. Or not the ending of the game, the ending of the company. Also, random fun fact, by the way, I found out that 𝖬𝖆𝖃 software, it's actually, or 𝖬𝖆𝖃 if you want to be Latin technically, but 𝖬𝖆𝖃 software, it's like dire software. But this one is, this is directly from Graham himself. So Graham, remember Graham is like the main, he's the webmaster and game designer. But this is basically him announcing that Apparatus didn't make funding goals, they didn't make sales goals, so they can't provide support for the website. So, yeah. But the interesting thing about this document is he actually mentions that they're going to disappear. I thought they said that they disappeared in the literal sense, like just blipping out of existence. If so, did everyone that disappeared also get taken out of the credits? No. No, that's the interesting thing to me. Is the only person who isn't technically credited is 𝖉𝖊𝖊, but she is mentioned by name. Everyone is still here. No one is forgotten about. But everyone is still remembered. Also, hello Noah, how are you doing? Does control scroll wheel still work? Control scroll, oh, on the image? I don't know if that will. I can try. Oh yeah, I guess it does. Not exactly to the degree I want though. That's fine. This game does have a lot of layers. Trying to process under things I'm just seeing it now. I understand it's very dense, so like I said, if you have any questions, I'll do my best to answer. Because I'm still trying to, like, figure it all out on my own. There's so many layers, and so many levels of density. But the... Oh, interesting. I didn't even notice I put this date here. This is the date here, which is when Apparatus... When they announced that Apparatus would no longer make sale goals, which was after the final note. So... The other thing that I still haven't figured out is exactly where what the perspective is on the people, or who the perspective is for these documents. These ADF files, I don't think it really matters who it comes from. It's some kind of organization. My best guess at what ADF stands for, by the way, is anomalous disappearance files, is my best guess. But I don't have any hard evidence for that, just my guess. But these are all the disappearance files, and they're very interesting. They're very interesting. I think, Actually, now that I think about it, I think it's... Never mind. The point of view for these archive files is actually very clear. It's Graham. Graham wrote all of these. All the ones in black. And all the ones in blue, I think, are also from Graham. But the hidden text... Because some of these have hidden text. Like here. There's hidden text here. And I think the hidden text... I haven't determined. I think it's either from Fia or it's from the Angel, and I'm not sure who. And then there's also these pink ones, which I think are from Fia, but again, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But yeah. Problem is, I think for me is I've never seen this game until now. That's totally fair. So, let me get... There's a document in here that explains... Yeah. So, here. Let me get to this file really quick. So, a lot of what I found out about the game is in the archive. So, this is from the archive for 1997. Yeah, 9/21. Oh, shoot. I have to put the username and password in again. I'm still very curious about this mysterious angel. I'm, like, on the fence about her importance still, actually. But a lot of this stuff that I am getting is from these archive files. So, if you remember in the... Hold on. I have to open up, so you guys should see my fucking web browser history. The amount of different things I've had to open to, like, keep track of this all. If you go to the README file, which this is the file that helps us get to ending X, which is the one that leads to Fia's disappearance log. It's like listening to a documentary. I'm glad you think so. I'm glad you think so. I've been wanting to break this game down for a long time, and I'm still only just barely at the surface, because I got all the endings. I got all the evidence. But now it's up to me to, like, decipher it all. So I think the eye of one's mind who is losing their memories, split between forgetting about them and being able to recall information copied down from past entries. It's an interesting theory. So there is actually a document that tells us what Apparatus Exanimus is supposed to be about. Yeah, here it is. This is from 1108. So first off, the first document that we get is for 1997, September 21st. And this is the first archive file. And I think it's the first file, period, in the timeline. I'm gonna have to break down the timeline completely. But this is the first one that we get in the timeline. And this one says, we've been doing pre-production for our next game. We We have a few titles in mind for it, but my favorite is Apparatus Exanimus. It's going to be a horror exploration game about walking around this creepy industrial environment, finding secrets and solving puzzles. We're going to be getting pretty cryptic with it. It's exciting. Max and Rupert have big ideas for this narrative that we won't actually be revealing to the player in the game. It's all going to be up to interpretation. So the game literally tells you it is meant to be up to interpretation. So I think whatever we decide, or whatever I think, or whatever you think is up to you. There's no clear answer to any of this. So that's the first thing. And then this is from Graham's point of view. He mentions 𝖉𝖊𝖊. We've hired a new artist for the game, 𝖉𝖊𝖊. She's nice. She's super talented, or she's talented and super funny. I'm really looking forward to working with her more. So this is an important story beat as well, is the relationship between Graham and 𝖉𝖊𝖊. But you get that in the first document. So then the next one that is of importance is literally the next one, which is from 1997, November 11th, or sorry, November 8th. November 8th. So this is 1997, oops, 1997, November 8th. The password for this one is darkness. So, the other thing is we learned that all of the text documents about, or all the text documents all around the game are passwords to the archive file. I think I typed that right. I did. Okay. Oh, no, I didn't. 𝖍𝖆𝖊𝖓. 11/8? Oh, I accidentally went to 1998. I meant to go to 1997. There we go. Thank you for the hydrate. Yes, make sure you guys are staying hydrated too. A lot of brain power today. A lot of brain power today. And thank you for the stretch as well. What if Figgle imagined everything and this is 60 chess all along between you and him to see how much you'll struggle here? You're so right. You're so right. You know, he almost put my birth date in the game. He did almost put my birth date in the game. There is an 11/16 and then an 11/18. So my birthday lies right between those dates, which is really funny. I'll have to figure out what happens on those dates because I forgot. So here, this is another really important thing. This actually directly describes the meaning of the game. So this one says, work continues on the game. Oh, we've decided to go with Apparatus as the title too. Rupert and Max have come up with the story for it, which, as I mentioned before, won't be told to the player. So everything that they say after this point is part of the interpretation, but this interpretation helps kind of explain certain aspects of the game. And that is, it all takes place in the mind of someone as it's shutting down at the end of their life. So this is all meant to be like inside someone's mind. So it's all kind of theoretical. It's all kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Unclear, I guess. It's meant to be vague. It's meant to be very vague. And so, every location we walk in, everything we see, every enemy we encounter, they are all meant to represent somebody's mind. Like the flashes someone experiences before they die? Maybe. Yes. No. Yes, I think you're entirely correct because it all takes in the place in the mind of somebody as it's shutting down at the end of their life. So yes, this is meant to be like what you are seeing as you are dying. So like hypothetically speaking, is that what you're looking for? What do you mean? Oh yeah, the word yeah, hypothetically. Not necessarily hypothetically, but like none of this is real, I guess is what I'm trying to just say. Is like everything that you're seeing in this game is meant to be an interpretation of what somebody sees before they die. So, that's the way the game is presented. Is this is in the place of somebody's mind before, as they are dying. And then the next part is they have this big color theory behind everything. Red on one side, blue on the other, and pink in the middle. And these colors are actually important too. Because, I'll explain when I get to it. But the colors are important, so remember the colors. It's red on one side, blue on the other, pink in the middle. And green also fits in somewhere, I don't know. All I know is that red represents death. And then it says, 𝖉𝖊𝖏 and I have become pretty good friends. She sits right behind me, so we get to bounce ideas off of each other. It's nice having a friend at work like this. Been a while. So, you guys remember the key cards, right? Those pesky little buggers I ran all over the map trying to find? You know, the ones right here? Do you see the colors that they are? Red, blue, green? And they actually all have to do with certain endings and certain things. So, red is the first key card that you get. And it basically just opens up some new areas for you. And I think you can't get ending A without having the red key card. But I don't think you need the other key cards. I could be wrong. I haven't done a full, like... I don't really want to reset my game right now, which is the other problem, is to fully understand, like, everything. I'd have to reset the game to get all the speedrun endings and everything, but I don't want to get rid of my 180 deaths because it's very funny. But the red key is for unlocking certain things. Yeah, ending A is the hospital. So ending A is the hospital, and red represents the beginning. Blue represents death, and to get the blue key card, or... Actually, no, I think you need the blue key card. Or the blue key card you find right next to ending B. This is still all theoretical, and I still haven't fully figured it out. But I just know that these key cards are important. And then there's the green key card. Now, the green key card is definitely the strangest one to me, because I was looking through some of the files, I was looking through some of the videos, and the thing about the green key card is it's in a secret location. And to find the secret location, you have to walk through a wall. It is intentionally hidden. It is intentionally obscured. But the green key card unlocks everything you need to find the truth about what the meaning of the game is, or what happened to the game. Yeah, they're key cards. They're key cards. For the skeleton key, I don't know, honestly. I don't know what the skeleton key's purpose is. But, I mean, obviously I know what it is in the game. It's to unlock all the doors. But, if it has a meaning, I don't know. I don't know if it has a meaning. But yeah, so, the key cards I think are associated with the different endings. Because ending B, you also can't get without the green key card. So, green is important. And my theory, because green is in the key card, green is in the pathways, so it's like the terminals that you swipe the key card in. The green ones lead you to ending B and eventually ending X, because I'm pretty sure the key card right before ending X is also green. But green is also the color of the hidden text in the browser, which I thought was very interesting, because the perspective of whoever is sending you messages in the browser is one that I'm actually not clear on. I think there's two potentials. I think it's either coming from 𝖉𝖏, or I think it's coming from the angel, or whatever it is. And speaking more about the angel, because to run it back, the angel is what causes 𝖉𝖏, who is the first person to disappear, because she is basically enticed, or even not even enticed necessarily. She is just told by this angel that she encounters in a dream that she is going to disappear in X amount of days. There's a specific number of days, and I don't know if that number of days is important either, but the green in the hidden text in the browser is green, and it taunts you constantly throughout it. It'll say things like, oh, look what I've done to these people, look how much I've screwed them up and how much they want to see me. And so that's why I feel like it's the angel. But why I wonder if how important the angel is I almost feel like it's more of a metaphor than it is actually like a direct thing. My best theory is that the angel actually represents almost like the call of the void. You know? Like, you're looking down off the ledge of something, and you have that voice in your head that tells you to jump. And so, like, that's my theory. I don't know how accurate that is, because the disappearance files cause a whole other problem, right? Because they describe these very bizarre bizarre experiences for these people. So it's hard because it's like there's physical evidence, but then there's also non-physical evidence. So trying to track it all down is challenging. You've heard of the voice? Yeah. Call of the void. And that's my theory, at least, is that the angel represents more of like a call of the void than it is actually a direct character or person, I guess. So that's some of my theories. There's one more color though that we haven't discussed out of the 4 that we were told in the document, and that is magenta, of course. And I discussed this before a couple times playing the game, but I think it's pretty clear. Magenta is 𝖉𝖊𝖓's color. Everything that you see that is magenta is associated with 𝖉𝖊, either from her point of view, or about her, or put there by her, or put there for her. It's all related to 𝖉𝖊. And so that's the magenta of the colors. So, and that's like, this is only barely scratching the surface. Before I continue though, I will be right back. So give me just 1 second. She was like, have you ever heard of a cowboy sundae? And I was like, no, I don't think I have ever heard of a cowboy sundae. And she was like, okay, great. So what you do is you take an orange that you've refrigerated and you squish it up really, really good until it's like all mushy on the inside. And then you take a soft peppermint stick, you jam it into the orange, and then you suck the orange through the peppermint stick. So there you go. Go have yourself a cowboy sundae. I guess I can... Oh, this gives me a checkpoint. Even if I don't need to heal, this is gonna be... perfect timing for a checkpoint. Hey, chat! You think I can get this to the end of the level? Wait! Go up. Go this way. Wait, where did my ball go? My ball's gotta come with me. Ball is life, as they say. Fast food restaurant other than Culver's? Patooey! Trash! Garbage! Absolute dog bad! What is wrong with the world that I paid $30 for fries and chicken that was cold? I have like my main monitor, and then I have a like a screen tablet underneath. I'll just be like playing 𝖉𝖵𝖊𝖓 or something, and then I look down and there's just on my screen tablet because I'm working on this booba mode. It's great. It's great. But yeah, all the vending machines were restocked with, quote, healthy snacks, but there was one vending machine that had soda in it. Nothing else, just soda. And that would unlock for students as soon as the final bell rang. So, throughout the day, you could get snacks from the vending machine, but it would be like, oh, I'm gonna go grab an Izzy, or like rice crackers, or something like that. But at 3:15, there was a mad dash to the cafeteria where you could buy a Coca-Cola. So yes, Michelle Obama changed how vending machines worked at my high school. You're gonna attempt to attack over my 𝖉𝖊𝖓. But you know what, Okay, hello, I am back. Sorry about that. Okay. Yeah, if you miss any of the clips that are in and the BRB scene, those are all on my socials. You can find them on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. YouTube's probably the easiest one. But yeah, they should all be there. So where was I? Maybe the Call of the Void got stronger the closer the game came to release. Yeah, I think you're absolutely correct, actually, because the further you go down in the document, the more you realize things are going wrong. Until it all culminates into the game not being able to meet sales goals and being taken down. Stress for this needing to succeed. Yeah. I definitely think that's the case. So, there is actually a turning point very quickly in development of the game, actually, which is literally the very next thing. So, they last have a document, he shares a document from November, and the next one in the archive is in the next year. It's the new year. It's January of the new year. And they realize they have to speed up production of the game because they're not going to meet the deadline that they originally wanted to meet. So people start sleeping in the office. And so right here it says, so word from David, the big cheese, has come down through Jamie and Nora. And if you remember, so David's the big cheese, and then Jamie and Nora are like middle management. Max told us today, we're going to be putting Apparatus on a slightly tighter timescale than our previous titles. This can only mean that there's some kind of cash problem, I think. 𝖍𝖆𝖊𝖓 was what I was on last, and I'd heard the sales are a bit poor, but I guess I didn't really know the extent of it, so we're crunching. We have pretty much the rest of this year as runway, so it's just a few months and then we're done. Apparently, Jamie and Norma are in talks with some investors, though, and that could buy us some time. We'll see. Lots of people are planning to sleep at the office now. Incredible news on the day after Valentine's. I wonder if they waited until afterwards? My wife will be ecstatic, I'm sure. Hello, Red Dogs, how are you doing? And the question is this angel real, or did they manifest it through their own pain and suffering? That's an interesting question. That is an interesting question, because there's a lot I haven't talked about with 𝖉𝖊𝖓's mental state as well. Because, one of the reasons why I think Graham, because I completely forgot to finish my sentence, by the way. The whole thing is there's two versions of the game. There's the game that existed before 𝖉𝖊𝖓 disappeared, and then there's the game that Graham edits to be as a memorial for 𝖉𝖊𝖓. And the reason as to that is Graham finds out a lot about 𝖉𝖊𝖓 that he didn't know before, and one of them is that she has a very strong level of self-doubt. She's very doubtful of herself. You have to be a very specific kind of autist, no offense, to be into a game like this no normie would understand. Yes, I will agree. I definitely have to have some form of, at least obsession to get this deep into the game. I'm sorry, chat. This is my autism stream. We're going to be focusing on my hyperfixation right now, which is Apparatus Exanimus. I didn't know 𝖉𝖊𝖓's actual name was 𝖉𝖊𝖓. Don't talk about my self-doubt, but you're all right. I saw a lot of myself in 𝖉𝖊𝖓. And I think that's probably why the impact is so strong for me. But yeah, so they have to have this big crunch, and then everything sucks. Everyone has to have at least one thing that they're super autistic about. You know what? I don't disagree, honestly. It makes life that's just that much more enjoyable. Like, for you, it's Yu-Gi-Oh! And Isaac. Yeah, that's fair. That's very fair. For me, it's Apparatus Exanimus. And I can't even really describe why. Other than this has become a puzzle that I just have to break. I have enjoyed my experience trying to break this game ever since I first played it. It was interesting. I don't know if I really talked about it much. And by the way, I think I didn't really fully say it, but I plan on turning all of my thoughts of this game, hopefully, I can't make any promises because this is kind of I'm sure you guys can tell, this is a very large undertaking for me. I want to turn this into some kind of video if I can, but it's going to take me quite a long time. I would say well into months range for me to really think about all of my thoughts on this game. It'll be like a 6-hour video, by the way. Unironically, I think I could talk about this game for hours. But the When I first played this game, if you remember, I did a stream where I played 2 games, actually. We played 𝖍𝖊𝖙 and we played Apparatus, and I got so intrigued by Apparatus that I almost accidentally did an entire stream of Apparatus. And I still love 𝖍𝖊𝖙. I will return to 𝖍𝖊𝖙 soon. The game's also really, really good. But something about the mystery of Apparatus just really struck a chord with me, because I ended up playing the game off stream and realizing that I was missing even more. Which is funny, because my whole experience with this game has been, wait, I'm missing something. I need to figure out what I'm missing. We barely got 𝖍𝖊𝖙 that day. Well, we did play for a full hour, but I was really into Apparatus too. Don't worry. I will return to 𝖍𝖊𝖙 at some time. It's funny how the game that actually struck me was the other one. And that's completely fair. I mean, for me, Apparatus just means a lot. And I don't know, I've said it multiple times, but I'll say it again. It has changed my brain chemistry and the way I think about gaming and the way I think about how I approach gaming. Because, you know, it really made me realize that you can play a game and struggle through it, but still get value out of it. And I know that might be kind of silly, coming from me, especially for people who have played a lot of, like, quote-unquote hard games, like Souls-likes and stuff like that. Like, obviously you can enjoy a game if you're struggling through it, but for me, that was kind of hard for me to break my brain on. Like, if I was struggling in a game, it was not fun for me, because I've never really been good about struggling. But Apparatus kind of, it kind of helped me realize that you can struggle and still have a good time. The chemistry clicked on me with Isaac. I feel you somewhat. Yeah, that, like, even if you're struggling, that doesn't necessarily mean you're failing. Which is funny to say, because you look at my 180, because we died an extra time. We died an extra time today. 180 deaths at Apparatus, and be like, haha, you really are failing at the game. And it's like, yeah, I am, but I'm getting more out of this game than I ever expected myself to. So, it's a good game. I don't know what else to say. I've enjoyed this game. But I was talking about it a little bit yesterday. And which is funny, because it's been something that's been on my mind the past few weeks. So, the fact that Apparatus ended up being, like, the perfect example of this feeling was kind of a funny coincidence. Which is kind of how I feel about this game, is everything is kind of a coincidence, huh? Like, my birthday, it's almost in the game. My experience with the game is kind of coincidental. The things that I experience in this game is kind of coincidental. But fuck, what was I saying? Shit. I totally lost my train of thought. Damn. This game, just completely has absorbed my mind. That sometimes I don't even know how to think. But yeah, it's good. Her brain has been fried. My brain is entirely fried. It's like me with Cold Lamb, because there are times where I feel like I mess up, but I just didn't learn and figure out what I need to change. Yeah. Yeah. You're going to say you're going to give me a raise? Yeah, you're so right. How this game made you change your brain chemistry? Yeah. I don't know if there was, especially with struggling. From nothing to I'm not spitting on you, Flirty. I don't care if you pay me. I'm not spitting on you. Good lord. Yeah, I was going somewhere with that, but I can't remember where I was going with it. And maybe it'll come back to me, but oh, yes, I remember now. So the whole thing is the interpretation of the game, to me, has a lot to do with, like, legacy. And we were talking about this a lot with Daniel and 𝖍𝖊𝖓 3 yesterday. And the past couple times we played 𝖍𝖊𝖓 3 as well. Because I also have a very strong love for Apparatus. Sorry, not Apparatus. I mean, obviously Apparatus, but for 𝖍𝖊𝖓 as well. Just joined. Why are we spitting on the mods? Flirty thinks I'm going to pay him and spitting on him. I will spite him, but I will not spit on him. Welcome in. But okay, hold on. Let me not get distracted again. I keep getting distracted. Legacy. The game represents what is left behind after you die or are gone in some way. So, and we talked about that with Daniel, because Daniel in Pathologic 3, his entire life goal is to achieve immortality, right? So he wants to not have to worry about leaving a legacy. Well, I think Apparatus is the example of what you do leave as a legacy. Because, and I think this is another reason why the game has struck me so hard, is it represents how you are perceived by the people around you. And I think that really is what the game means to me, and why the game means to me so much, because I've always struggled with worrying about how I'm perceived. I mean, I'm a VTuber, for fuck's sake. Everything that you see on the stream is catered to be a specific way, right? So, knowing how you've actually impacted someone, I think is very moving. And, I think that's what Apparatus does, is the entirety of Apparatus is the true ending, I would say, because the true ending, at least in my point of view, is ending X, where you find the memorial to 𝖉𝖊𝖓. It is what someone would go to, what length someone would go to make sure that you are remembered. And I just think that's very powerful. I think it's very powerful. But, you know, that's like my main thing about Apparatus, is it has this level of power that is kind of unexplainable. So, yeah. I want to show you some of the things I found in this game, though, because I've broken this game. In the 15 hours I've played this game, I've broken it a lot. So, let me show you some things. I have to relaunch it really quickly, because, fortunately, since we got ending B, I have to relaunch the game. What the fuck did I just launch? Oh god, oh no, I opened up Steam Big Picture Mode! God, I hate Steam Big Picture Mode. All my homies hate Steam Big Picture Mode. Fuck. Fuck Steam Big Picture Mode. I hate that. It's so annoying. Anyways. Fuck. Fox breaking things? Never. Never. I would never break anything. Yeah, so I've also experienced something. I think this might be a Windows 11 thing, but I almost speculate it might be because I've died so much. I've been experiencing game stutter. Oddly enough. Which you would not expect in a game like this. But it's only on Windows, because when I was playing it on the Steam Deck, no stutter. But for some reason I'm experiencing stutter on Windows. I blame Windows. So if I go here to the Bulwark, which, by the way, this is the area that I had to keep going back to, back and back. I bugged something. I saw a bug. Yeah, for this game, I know. I was experiencing stutter. I don't know if you guys can see it. Also, something's fucked with my other install of Exanimus, or Apparatus, because on my other PC, I get this awful screen tearing. Like, absolutely awful screen tearing. You guys don't understand how much I was willing to go through to make sure I understood this game. Because the past couple times I've been playing this game, it's made me violently nauseous. And I think it's actually due to the screen tearing, so it's entirely my fault. But I just had to figure it out. I wanted to have something to show you guys on stream today, because I wanted to talk about Apparatus. I wanted to get to a point where we could talk about it, and I could show you some things. Oh yeah, another thing that I haven't had a chance to talk about is the enemies. I've learned some things about the enemies, which are it's really interesting. So I can't show you in this area because, Enemies don't spawn here. Well, there's a certain kind. There's actually one enemy that spawns here, and I can show him to you. You've probably seen this guy before. Quite a bit. Quite frequently. He should be somewhere around here. You wanted to ask about the enemies. Yeah, so remember that the game is meant to be interpreted as somebody's mind as they are dying? So, oh, I didn't realize there was an orb here. Oh, that would have been nice to know. Oh, geez. Just got jump scared by my reminder app. Oh, there he is. So there are 3 kinds of enemies in Apparatus. There is this one who is just the slow-moving little guy, and if he gets too close to you, that's how all the enemies work in this game, is if they get too close to you, they end up dealing you damage. This one walks on a path. And he walks on a set path. You can move him. He actually has collision, so if I run up to him, I can push him around a little bit. But I'll take damage if I stick too close to him for too long. But he'll still keep going on the same path. So he's mostly harmless. Sometimes annoying, especially if you're really low HP, like I was very frequently. But he doesn't really offer that much of a threat. Then there's this kind of enemy, which these are completely static. These don't move at all. And this was, of course, the first enemy that we encounter in Apparatus. They're all over the place. Again, they're static, so they don't really bug you too much. There's one other enemy, and I'll have to get to a certain spot to show you. But on the way, I can show you the bug I encountered. I have theories on their significance, but I don't know how accurate they are, because they sound kind of like crackpot theories to me, I'm going to be honest. But my crackpot theory is probably inaccurate now that I think about it. My first thought was that it's like a representation of grief. Because grief comes in different ways. You have grief that sticks with you, which is like the static enemy. That guy right there, he sticks with you no matter, but he's always in the same place. So it's like you go around living your life, and then you encounter something that reminds you of your grief. And then you have the one that moves, and he moves on a set path. So it's like it's in an area that you always know, even if you're moving, you will experience that same feeling. But then there's a third enemy, and this third enemy is actually a lot more malicious. But I have to get to a separate part first. But first, let me show you the bug. I broke the game because there are valves that move these grates. If I go down below, I might be able to show you. But apparently, even though I'm not actually activating them, if I walk up to the valves and press space, it actually is still moving the grate. So I've accidentally caused the grate to clip through the floor. And that's been in a couple places, actually. This isn't the only spot I accidentally made the grate clip through the floor. But, I did do it there. But the third enemy, which, let me go find one. This one is very interesting, because it can only spawn on certain levels, and it spawns. So the other enemy types, 2 other enemy types, they are always there. You can always expect them to be there. You can always find them. It's not a bug, trust in this experience. You're right. It's a feature. Yeah, I mentioned it to 𝖕𝖙 last night, and he's like, oh, yeah, it seems like you've been using the valve even though you weren't supposed to be able to. So that's a funny thing I found. It's what happens when you play this game for 50 hours. But the other enemy, so the 2 enemies, the ones that are static and the ones that move on a set path, they're always there. You can always find them. But the third enemy kind, let me show you what that does. I think probably the best place to find this one is the office. It's either the office or the maze. Maybe maze would have been better. We can probably go to the maze instead, actually. But this enemy very much intrigues me as well. Because it spawns. And I've noticed something. I know this works. Okay. So, as I'm walking around, we have no music. There's no sound. But eventually, we will hear a sound effect. And when we hear that sound effect, that means that the enemy has spawned. And it'll take him a while. You gotta give him a minute. And apparently I have to talk about this in a southern accent next. Thank you for the hydrate. When's the next update where they will add the floor named Scrubs? What do you mean the floor named Scrubs? Maybe it won't... No, I swear he spawned on this level. Hold on. That's the sound. If you hear that sound... And there he is. There he is right there. So this enemy... And it plays the music, too. It plays the music. He will follow you for as long as he can. He will find the path best to reach you. And I'm pretty sure he will follow you through doorways, too. I'll have to find a doorway. But this one will not leave you alone. And this one is particularly annoying. Because he's not on a set path, so you can't avoid him. If he gets in your way, he gets in your way. And there's nothing you can do about it. So... he will follow me, and I think he'll even follow me down the stairs. I haven't tested this, but I'm pretty sure he will. No, I know he will, because one of the most obnoxious locations that he spawns in is in the Apparatus. I can push him. I think I can push him. Oh, wait, can I not push him? Oh, no, I can push him. It's just a lot harder. He has an interesting hitbox. But he will follow you, no matter how far you go. There are certain levels where he cannot spawn. The Bulwark, which was where we were before, he cannot spawn there. He will never spawn. You'll never hear this music, which is kind of unfortunate, because I won't lie, this is my favorite track on the game. This one's so good. But you can see when he's coming close, because of the light. And I've kind of screwed myself here a little bit, because I accidentally put myself in a bit of a dead end. Because if I don't want to go through the elevator, I would like to find the transition point, because I want to show you that he will actually follow you through the transition points. Yes, I do have a timer for the voice now. I turned off the mommy voice. We talked about it a bit last time, but I still have the southern accent. This one doesn't hurt my voice as much. And I'll wait for a bit here and see if he comes close to me. The other thing I don't know is, I don't know how good his pathing is. And I also don't know what happens if you stand still around him. I mean, obviously I'll die if I stand still because my life is so low. But then there he is. You see he's coming? Thank goodness you did my mutings drop by 100% after you did. I'm glad to hear that. I never want anyone to mute the stream because they think it's hard for them to listen. That just feels like a bad experience to me. You think these things tie to the people who went missing? I only say this because this thing keeps following you like another set of feet. That is true. That is true. The thing is, though, is he doesn't have feet. He doesn't have feet, so I don't know if he would make steps. So I don't know if they'll follow you the transition points, but I bet you if we wait here long enough, we will hear him spawn again. But I'll watch this corridor. I don't think he can go through the corridors. But he might. We'll see. But this was just stuff that I was experiencing as I was playing the past 15 hours. I noticed that the enemies only spawn if you wait in certain areas long enough. And there's only one that will spawn. All the other ones just show up. So that was an interesting thing I experienced. I don't know if this enemy can actually spawn here. I may have been wrong about him following. Actually, this is the 𝖕𝖊𝖓, isn't it? Oh no, did I find the area that 𝖕𝖊𝖊 broke? I think I did find the area that 𝖕𝖊𝖊 broke. This is the 𝖕𝖊𝖓. This is the end of the game. Which unfortunately, this elevator is broken. Also, I don't think the enemy can spawn here. So this was unfortunately not the right location to go. But this is important for me to know. Because I couldn't remember how to find this naturally without the elevator. Because eventually I might actually try the speedruns in this game. especially for ending B and ending X, because to get ending B and ending X is a little bit harder, which is another thing I need to talk about, actually. Oh, thank goodness. Okay. The other thing about ending X that I forgot to mention. So you know how we find ending X? You have to find all the little clock faces that have the numbers on them, and the numbers associate with, oh god, hi. They associate with specific math calculations. So it's either multiplication, division, addition, or subtraction. That's random. That actually is not consistent among game files. So if you reset your game, it will actually change the code that you need to unlock ending X. So I don't know if you have to go in and you have to find every single one before you're able to get the ending or what. But I do know it's kind of crazy. But yeah. I mean, if he has the grief, the individual can take any shape they see it. That's true. That's true. Yeah, it's hard to say, though, because I think my theory about them being a representation of grief is kind of a crackpot theory, because you've already died, right? Maybe it's other people's experience of grieving you, perhaps? I'm not sure. Why did I go here? I actually don't know why I went here. I meant to go to, holding. But yeah, there's a lot of apparatus that I still don't understand. Oh yeah, let me show you the other thing. There's one more thing that I don't understand. And this one I have no idea. So I'd be very curious to know your guys' theories. Let me go back to the beginning of the game. This is like my home base, basically. Every single time I come here, I know where I need to go, I know where I am, so I kind of use this as my focus to get back to where I need to go. There is, unavoidable damage here, so that's one downside, but there's one thing I don't understand. And the one thing I don't understand, is it here, actually? I don't think it's here. I think I remember where it is. We have to go through here, and I think we have to make this crouch jump. This is the only location they are in the game, and it'll make more sense once I get there. But there's still one thing I've seen in the game that I do not know the meaning of. The frog on the wall? I know, the frog on the wall. No, it's these skulls. I don't know what these skulls mean. I don't know what the numbers mean, and I don't know what they represent. The dev room is actually here too. The dev room I don't think really needs much explanation. I think it's just a kind of a secret Easter egg. But it is possible that it was intentionally edited, because, again, I actually don't know if I ever fully stated this. No, I think I did. I think I did. There's two versions of the game. One that Graham edited and one that he didn't. And the whole thing about Graham editing the game to be memorial for 𝖉𝖊𝖓 is, I think it, oh, excuse me. It happens at a specific time, and they don't really, hold on, thoughts are scattered. Like, I think it happens at a very pivotal point, and Graham himself mentions that nobody else seems to be worried about 𝖉𝖊𝖓. How many skulls did we find, by the way? I didn't do a very good job of marking them all down. This is the one thing that I'm not sure about, actually. So, I know we had 5. Looks like we had 5 of them. At least. At least we had 5. I don't know if we had more that I missed, but I can confirm there were at least 5. So, the other thing is, there is this dev room. Which is supposedly a secret location. Not very hard to find, though. I definitely think, a lot of the other things are a lot more challenging to find. I need to remember... Unrelated. How many devs are there on the list? 11. There are 11 of them. Which is important to note because Is that 11 or 10, actually? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 11, including Fia. Which is important to note because you actually have to find 11 of the blue text files. But this room, I don't think it really has too much importance. Goodbye, bunny outfit. But it does have all the enemies. It does have all the enemies. The sad thing is oh, wait, I never noticed that. Oh, I didn't realize it pops up in the middle of the screen, so... These are known as threats. Can I get that again? That was weird. Threat. Skull probably doesn't correspond to the skulls then, unless there's 6 more. Yeah, there could be 6 more skulls that I haven't found. But I don't know what the numbers mean still. Imagine if ending X requires you to have 0 deaths. It does if you want 100%. There are actually multiple, for each of the endings, there is an achievement to achieve it with 0 deaths, and there's an achievement to achieve it within a specific time frame. So if I wanted to 100% the game, I would have to go through that. Which I might have to at some point. That blob is breathing. Yeah! Yeah, if you actually go back to that room, you can actually see the enemies moving. Which is amusing. The funny thing is because they're in these, like, glass cases, they actually don't injure you. But yeah, this one kind of pulsates. Very interesting to me. The others kind of animate in their own way, too. Funny little guys. You know, I just realized something. This is my problem with Apparatus, by the way. Every single time I play the game, I learn something new or I realize something new. They're red. They have red on them, which is a representation of death. Because red is part of the color theory. So they all are marked with red, and they all have red, have like a red aura about them because it's death. They represent death. He looked like a Muppet. They kind of does look like a Muppet, you're right. He's got like hair on him. It's interesting because they're so, like, nondescript. Very amorphous. Except for this one. This one looks like a guy. And I think that's the most interesting. I don't know what his meaning... I don't know what his purpose is. I don't know why he's like that. But he looks like a person holding a light. This is where the rejected Muppets went to? I guess so. I guess so. This one's all the interactables. This is the one that I broke, because apparently this one you can activate even if it's not necessarily activatable. Thank you for the stretch. And the hydrate. Thank you, thank you. I don't know why that one didn't trigger the alerts. I had to fix my alerts. They've been buggy. But yeah. There's a lot going on in Apparatus. It's a really good game. And there's even more. I have even more thoughts about it. But it's so dense. It is so dense. I'm still thinking about that, the final achievement that we got today. The one where we found her. The name of the achievement is actually, It's Been a Strange Year. Which is notable because in the support.html file that's in the manual, that's how Graham signs off. I'm really happy to finally see you again and catch a stream. I'm happy to see you too, and it's great that you've been here been able to stick around. After I've done Pathologic 3, I'll probably dive into this game. It's worth it. I definitely enjoy this game. Oh yeah, hello, Ami! How are you doing today? I'm doing fantastic. I am in an emotional wreck today. But in a good way, you know? I have sucked this game dry of everything that I can. And now it's up to me to figure out what the fuck it all means. And I have no idea where to begin. But it's been a really good experience. How fun. I'm doing good. I'm glad to hear that. Don't say that's sus. I will say it's sus. But yeah, the funny thing is I've learned so many things in this game just by playing it over and over again. Like the fucking jumping. God, if I had known that you can just jump in place It just goes. I don't think I have anything to say there. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about this. The game is good. Yeah, hopefully, I will get the proper paper, and I will get my damn printer to work, and I will actually be able to print everything properly, because I would really like these manuals to be on the proper paper. The game is happy! Because I've sucked it dry of everything. Oh, the cameras! Yeah, oh my god, yes! I don't know, actually. What is the reason for the cameras? So, I had forgotten about the cameras, yeah. I will say, actually, I think because I was so shocked by the reveal for the final achievement, I actually expected there to be something that I would find out about the cameras. Through that achievement. I thought I would find something. I thought it would be some kind of fourth wall breaking thing. The only thing that I can guess is that maybe it has something to do with ending A, where you end up in the hospital. But I'm really not sure. I'm really not sure. So, we can go back to ending A, actually. It should be unlocked. That's another reason I'm so scared to get rid of my save file. I might have to ask 𝖉𝖊𝖊, if there's any way for me to preserve my save file, because I don't want to lose this save file, because I have a legendary amount of 180 deaths, and I've unlocked everything. It would really feel bad to have to delete it to try it all over again. I think the best place to do this is at the bulwark. I have to figure out how to navigate there. Every time I go to the bulwark, I get lost. Like you're watching yourself in like a dream. Yeah, it kind of is like that. It kind of is like that. Exactly, exactly. Side note, I have been so dehydrated lately. It's so frustrating. Have you guys ever been that level of dehydrated where it, like, it doesn't matter how much water you're drinking, you're not actually getting hydrated because you need electrolytes? That keeps happening to me recently, and I don't know why. It's so annoying. I guess I'm not eating enough salt. Annoying, though. Anyways, let me get the ending A. I still find ending A to be so fascinating because it's like, it's one of those trick endings. Yeah, you just end up pissing all the water out. I know, that's all I've been doing. I'm just pissing water. So annoying. The other thing that surprised me is that this door... Hold on, actually. Yeah, this door... There's nothing with the door. I thought there was gonna be something with the door. But there isn't. I wonder if that's like... Everything's a metaphor in this game. Just stick with me. Everything's a metaphor in this game. I wonder if that's like some kind of representation of being blocked from some kind of fate. Or maybe that door is supposed to lead to the actual, like, final death. Like, once you open that door, you die for good. And, like, everything that you've experienced up to that point is just the hallucinations that you experience before you die. I don't know, I'm just spitballing here. But I think that's what makes this game so good to me, is you can literally just be like, I don't fucking know, maybe it has to do with this, and you know, there's nothing to tell you that you're wrong. But it is very interesting to see all of the interpretations. I still will not forget the feeling I had when we went through all of the effort got to ending A, or got to this point where I unlock the door, and then I look to my right, and then it gives me the fucking readme file. Hi, LDS, welcome in. Thank you so much for the hydrate. I don't think it's gonna help. I can't stop it. The hydrating isn't working, but welcome in. Thank you so much for love. How are you doing today? But yes, the readme.html. This is the one that broke my mind. Because, this is the one that had to do with the ending X. There's exactly too much snow. There is exactly just enough snow. Actually, I'm kind of sad because I thought the snow was melting slightly. How are you doing today, fam? I am emotionally drained. I have been spending the past, like, before stream, I was spending hours trying to get shit to print. My printer was fighting me. So I lost a fight with a printer today. But I beat my favorite video game, and I got to talk about my favorite video game today. So overall, it's a net positive. It's been a good day. It's been a long day, but it's been a good day. Hi, 𝖉𝖕, how are you doing? Thank you so much for the lurk. Hope you're doing well. But yes, we take those. We do take those. Eventually, I will have time to completely make this. I should show you guys what it looks like anyways. Doing good, slept in like crazy. Sorry, my late. No worries, no worries. I hope you got some good sleep in. Honestly, sometimes you just need that refresh where you just sleep all night. Or sleep all day. I need one of those days eventually. It's been crazy lately. There's so much shit that's been happening. But I'm looking forward to next month. I'm looking forward to next month. Imagine sleeping. Yeah. I want to show you the trailer. I want to show you the trailer. It's not even that it's necessarily inspired from the trailer. It's literally what he used to make the trailer. So, for those of you who didn't get to encounter the first part of the stream, I tried to make a game box and a manual and a CD and a CD cover and a CD case and all that jazz, but my printer fought me. Big shout out to 𝖉𝖊𝖙 because he gave me all of the files to make one, but I don't have the proper paper for one, and my printer decided that it doesn't want to print straight on the very expensive CD labels that I bought. So, that's been a struggle. I don't know if that's going to be resolved anytime soon, honestly. But, what all of this was supposed to culminate into is in this trailer. This is a trailer for Apparatus. So I was trying to make this. I was trying to make this box. And there's a lot of lore on the box too. I haven't even gotten to read it all. But I have all these files to make it myself. Here's the manual. And then I have the jewel cases, and I have CDs to put stuff on. But I just didn't get it. Can you read what's on the box, or do you want to save for when you make it? I don't have those files on me right now. Oh, what the heck? What the heck, 𝖉𝖊𝖙? What are you doing? Wait a second. Wait a second. What? 𝖉𝖊𝖙 just posted this in the Discord. What is he doing? You son of a bitch. You better not be. Hi, Duke. I'm breaking down right now. I'm going crazy. 𝖉𝖙 just posted this in the Discord. The Apparatus Discord, mind you. What is he doing? Is he adding more? Is he adding more to the game? He better not be. If he adds more to this goddamn game, I'm going to have to put off this stupid video essay another month. Apparatus all year, baby! What is this? What the fuck? There's no way you're adding more. I'm going crazy. I'm actually going crazy. Fuck it, we hit post. Wait, guys! Yes! I just saw that! There's angel wings! He added angel wings and a halo! You 𝖕𝖊𝖓! What have you done to me? Alright, well, that scratches some of my theories, huh? Maybe the angel is important. Well, it seems like you guys will never escape me talking about Apparatus. So, I hope you guys are ready. I hope you guys took notes, because boy howdy, have I been taking notes. Look at it. Look at all of my notes. Apparatus. I'm starting to think 𝖕𝖊 is updating the game just to fuck with you. I feel like you might not be wrong. Deeper into the rabbit hole. We are so deep in the rabbit hole. Maybe the cameras represent the angel always walking. I had thought about that, actually. I was actually expecting, when I got the final achievement that says, it's been a strange year, you found her, I thought it was going to be the angel. I thought you were going to find the angel, like, looking at something. But I think the thing is it's intended to be... Yeah, this is me right now, 𝖕𝖊𝖊. You're so right. Hold on. This is absolutely me right now. Wait, why didn't it open up, you son of a bitch? It's the fucking, from Always Sunny. The meme of him going with all of the red strings on the board. That's me right now. That's me with Apparatus. Holy shit. You know what's funny? Do you guys remember, like, maybe a week ago? Was it last week or was it 2 weeks ago? I was talking about this door. There is a specific door in the game where I was like, it's really weird that this door doesn't open, isn't it? What is happening? I am losing my mind. I will never be able to stop playing Apparatus. I am literally... How many hours do I have in this game now? For posterity's sake. Yeah, the door in Apparatus. I don't think that's in the Apparatus. I think that's in the maze, actually. I have 45 hours in this game. 11 out of 17 achievements because 6 of them are speedrun achievements. I'm gonna have to attempt them at some point, aren't I, Chad? I think for my sanity's sake, I'm going to have to attempt the speedrun achievements. God damn. If the angel watches you, does that mean she's trapped in the game? Maybe. I will say, I do know that the angel is female, because 𝖕𝖊𝖓 describes her as such. I couldn't find the door, but yeah, I remember you mentioning it. I'm gonna see if I can find this door really quick, actually. God damn it. I can't believe it! I cannot believe that he's actually adding more to the game after I went through the process of going absolutely insane for the past 45 hours trying to figure everything out about this game, and then he has more secrets to reveal. Guys, you should buy this game, by the way. If you haven't bought Apparatus Exanimus, why not? If anything other than, it's funny that you have the game that made 𝖕𝖊𝖓 go crazy. I lost my fucking mind. Hi 𝖕𝖊𝖓, how are you doing? 𝖕𝖊𝖓's falling into psychosis again. Don't worry, Chad, it's fine. She does this every once in a while. Because I'm a broke college student, that's fair. I love it when devs go out of their way to troll the biggest fan of their game. I'm so mad and happy and glad, and I have a lot of emotions right now, but god damn it. Wait, is this 1984? We just opened the calendar and it's like, guess what, baby? Apparatus again. Yeah, and don't even get me started. There's apparently supposed to be another 𝖉𝖊𝖊𝖓 game coming out in March. So we all know what's happening then. I want to see if I can find this door really quick. Also, every time I come to this part of the bulwark, I just go, hey, that door's really big. Because if you remember, that's how 𝖉𝖊 told me how to get out of here. Literally 1984. It's literally 1984. This is my personal hell. 10,000 more years of 𝖉𝖊 games. I hope you guys like 𝖉𝖊𝖊𝖓 as much as I do. God damn it. I have actually been finding a lot of really, really interesting games. But there's so many of them. As soon as she ends Silent Hill, she'll play the remake of Alice. I want to. No, I don't think next week we're actually going to be playing more Apparatus. Unless 𝖉𝖊𝖊𝖓 pushes an update, like, this week, I doubt we'll get back to it immediately. Because I love this game. I've played this game so much recently. Where am I going? Is it... Let me look at that image again, actually. Is that in storage? Watching you lose your mind and being happy about it is peak content? I'm glad to hear you say that. No, wait, I went to the maze on accident. I don't think this is maze. I think... Me looking at this image. We're playing, we're playing the Vixie version of, oh, what's it called? Hide and seek. I'm looking for this area specifically, because I'm curious to see where this is. I don't think this is it. Hello? I don't think this is it. I think maybe storage? All the indie games? Yeah, I have so many indie games in my feed, it's not even funny. Not Silent Hill 2. Oh, wait. After Silent Hill 2, or after Silent Hill 1, we will play Silent Hill 2. Is there an update to the game? There better not fucking be. There better not be. I don't see one. The game has not been updated since November 21st, so I don't see one yet. Oh, wait, did I find it already? No, but I think this is the right area. More! I want to see Vixie go crazy! Wait, is this not the right area? This is really close to what it looks like, though. I think it's around here. Oh, I totally forgot about this jump. I haven't been here in a while. Tenebrae. I don't think this is it. Where is that? There's the elevator. It's this floor. This floor with this wall next to it. God damn it, the enemy spawned. He's after me. This is the same room. This is the same area I was before. Those cameras still flicking to face you. Still gets to me. How many times was... God damn it, how did you get so close to me so fast? Where the fuck do you spawn from? Holy shit, that actually kinda got me. What the fuck? Oh, you son of a bitch! Look at you! Look at it! Chasing me! Get away from me! Oh my god. I'm not going in the vent. Guess what? You oh god! It's gonna kill me! Holy shit! Well. It seems like we might have more secrets to uncover at some point. But for now, I am 181 deaths in the game. But we found everything that is in the game so far, because apparently 𝖉𝖙𝖊 is trolling me by adding more. Certified skill issue for searching for something that is in the game. Yeah, I was just trying to figure out where it was. Because I was like, wait a second, I recognize this. I'll find it. I'll screenshot and I'll post it on Twitter. But yes. That's my feeling as an Apparatus Exanimus. If you want to know more, I will be sharing my thoughts more soon, hopefully. Although 𝖉𝖊 is going to make me put that off for a while. 𝖕𝖔𝖊𝖙 live? Perfect. Now we know the vents aren't safe. I think they are safe. The problem is I got myself backed into a corner. Very, very, very far into a corner, which was my bad. So. But for now, thank you guys so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for letting me yap about Apparatus Exanimus for the past 30 minutes. And I'm sorry that I couldn't get my printer to work. Hopefully I'll find some time either this weekend or at some point in the future and make a game box with all the stuff. And I'll show that off on stream soon. Thank you for the mental breakdown. I'm retreating to my den. Bye. Goodbye. Thank you so much for being here. Also, if you guys forgot, don't forget. Let me check. Where are we right now? I believe. Oh, whoops. We are currently at 15 out of 50 for our petition for the enamel pen. If you have not picked up an enamel pen, please do consider doing so. If we can't reach 50 by February 22nd, it will not get made. And I would love to have an enamel pen. If you check my, all of my socials, I posted an ad on it recently. I'm very happy with how it came out, so. I'm buying 2? Thank you, thank you, thank you. It really means a lot. Yes, the more that you buy, it also gives you a bonus. It gives you a discount. I think if you buy up to 3, you get up to 30% off. So if you do buy more, that helps out a lot. Because we only need to sell 50. But however we get there is however we get there. So please do consider picking up a pen if you have not already. Also check out the other merch too. I'm really happy with this merch drop. So yeah, I think so. I think so. I think it's only a first-time deal when you first buy it, when you first pledge it, though. At least I experience it. I could be lying. Don't hold me to that. But yeah, if you haven't picked it up, I bought one initially. The second one the second time. Oh, 2 the second time. Yeah, at least I got a promo that popped up, and I think Tyler mentioned it too. But if you didn't see it, I don't know. I don't know why. All right, though, everyone. I am going to go die in a corner because the printer fought me so hard today. I need some kind of recovery. And apparently there are more secrets to find in Apparatus soon. I don't know when 𝖉𝖊𝖙 is going to push an update, but I imagine he's going to be pushing an update at some point. Shaking my head. Alright, though, everyone. I think we're going to send you all over to 𝖕𝖔𝖊𝖊, so go give your love to 𝖕𝖔𝖊𝖊. I'm going to go ahead and get that started, and we're going to redirect to her on YouTube as well, just to keep things simple today. Don't forget, tomorrow we're going to be playing some Silent Hill 1, more Silent Hill 1, and we are very close to beating the 𝖍𝖆𝖊 fight. We have the 𝖍𝖆𝖊 fight. It's tough. It's going to be really hard. I did see the sussy sound bites. I did. I haven't listened to them fully, but I did see them. Is she on YouTube too? Oh, is she not on YouTube too? I thought she would be. Let me see. If not, that is okay. We can find somebody else. Oh, come on. For some reason, my YouTube search has broken. I guess she isn't live. Oh, okay. Is there anyone live on YouTube, though? No, she streamed yesterday on YouTube, 𝖵𝖙𝖊𝖙. Did you not hear? She came back. She came back to YouTube. Apparently not today, though. Capo? Perfect. Perfect. Alright, we'll send you all over to Capo on YouTube and 𝖕𝖔𝖊𝖙 on Twitch. Alright, everyone. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day. Thanks for letting me yap about Apparatus. And don't forget to come back tomorrow for some Silent Hill. Alright, everyone. Have a fantastic rest of your day. And as always, I love you all. And goodbye!
The power of